Cybernation Uncensored.
Hey, we're officially live. Everybody can see us and hear us now. Well, hopefully they can see us and hear us now. Everybody say hi.
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 Hey, so everybody in chat, let us know if anybody's muted, any videos freeze. Just let us know. We'll get it fixed as soon as we can. This is our weekly Fallout 2D20 gameplay we do every Friday right here. This is the team that came from the Mad Queen YouTube channel. So if you're a little confused about that, don't be. You're right. This is the team from Mad Queen. We moved it over here to the Cybernation Uncensored channel because she's going to Harvard, getting some schooling in, getting her smart on, as some might say. But she will be back eventually. Her character Clarice will make an appearance, so that'll be fun. But till then, we've got this new team going. We continued. We kind of started over with a session 1. This is our session 2. I'll do a little mini recap, bring everybody up to date in just a moment. But before we do that, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online. And introduce your character as well. Brandon, you want to start it off?
Sure. I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando on the social media networks. Well, most of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And I am currently writing a novel called Sola, Harvest of Souls. That's spelled Sola, and you can find it on royalroad.com. That's royalroad.com. And it should show up when you try to search it. I've been doing my best to make sure that it will by optimizing and so on. But that's me in a nutshell. And today I'm playing Jerry the Ghoul, the ghouliest ghoul you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Darth.
Evening, I'm Darthzern. I'm usually found over on YouTube, but I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. /Darthzern Games on all of them. I do a lot of Fallout content over on YouTube and do a few other bits and pieces as well, working towards Starfield, play a few other games on the side as well. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love to have you check it out. Today I am playing Sprocket, Mr. Handy, a former mechanics assistant who is exploring the Wasteland with Jerry and Yasuke.
Yasuke.
Pronunciation. Close, but I'm not quite right, I think.
Better than me during the first session, right?
Yeah. We're working on it.
I'm getting there. But yeah, well done. And Jay.
What can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and Casual Creativity over on Twitch. A variety streamer, entertainer, writer, performer, all around entertainer. Best one you'll find in this life or the next. You're welcome and thank you. I'm writing my own anime-inspired ttrpg, Deep Breath, where it is a retrofuturistic urban fantasy setting where magic meets technology. We're getting ready for the sample play test as we're getting some mini campaigns started on a few channels just to get some showcase of the source material and the inspiration. So stay tuned on that for Deep Breath RPG on Twitter and Instagram and deepbreathrpg.com. That's DEEP, bread, THRPG.com. And I am the Super Mutant Samurai, Genpachi Yasuke, bringing honor to a land of roguish wastelanders.
Oh yeah, well put. I love it too. I love the new character. I also, I love the I'm amazing. Thank you. You're welcome. Sort of intro. It reminds me back in my touring days as a touring musician. We used to play with this band Gargamel sometimes. They were very Mr. Bungle-esque, if you're familiar with Mr. Bungle and Mike Patton projects. But they would do a whole set, and then they would end every set with, thank you, we were amazing and you loved us. And then they would just walk off stage. I thought that was so funny. Anyways, okay. I'm Rob Mulligan. I am the overseer here. I'm also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. Cybernation Uncensored is your one-stop shop for everything streaming, everything gaming. We have all kinds of gameplay streams, tabletop role-playing games. We showcase all kinds of game masters, overseers, dungeon masters, all that good stuff. Creating games, tutorials, series, just all kinds of video content. Check it out, Cybernation Uncensored on both Twitch and YouTube. I would really appreciate the subscribe and the follow. We're on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere social media is. So hit us up, Cybernation Uncensored. Also, I would really appreciate if everybody tuning in, please just take a moment and share our link, share the Twitch, the Cybernation Uncensored Twitch, anywhere that you are on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, OnlyFans, go for it. Fuck it. Let people know we're streaming live, and to join us, we're playing some Fallout 2D20, sponsored by Vault-Tec and Modifius Entertainment. So yeah, show some love to Cybernation Uncensored. I also want to mention I've got lots of new gameplay coming up. Dune, I have my monthly Cyberpunk Reds. Like the last week of every month is kind of where I crunch all my monthly streams on the Cybernation Uncensored. But every week, every Friday I do this right here, and every Thursday on the Sirenscape Twitch I do Cyberpunk Red over there. Brandon joins me for that as well, so check that out. Yeah, let me do a little recap. I'm not going to get into too much depth here. I want to encourage everybody, check out the previous streams. We have them right here on the Cybernation Uncensored YouTube channel, or Twitch if you're joining us live. Also, go over to Mad Queen, the Mad Queen channel on YouTube, and you can see like the previous 15 or 16 sessions we had over there, learning about the team, how they met each other, going up to Disney World, meeting this House of Mouse Disney World cult with this missile silo they're trying to help. The Enclave is at the old NASA launch pad, trying to launch this thing called Clean Wave. It's supposed to just basically kill out all the radiated creatures and things, but it's burning everything. It's killing everything living. It's a work in progress, obviously, but House of Mouse wants to put an end to that. They're hoping the team will help them by getting a circuit board. They kind of pulled some tricky maneuvers. Check out the previous streams, but they made their way south. They know the Brotherhood of Steel is in Miami. They're going to maybe try to pin them on Enclave somehow. They know that there was a super mutant that was doing some mind control stuff on ghouls. He was going to work with these raiders, the North Side Kings and the north side of Miami, to kind of attack Brotherhood. But the team, worked with him a little, got into a bunker, got a bunch of equipment. They ran into their new team member, Yasuke, this samurai super mutant who was fighting with the other super mutant because he doesn't agree with that mind control shit. He doesn't want people to be controlled or enslaved like that, so he put an end to that. The team kind of used that opportunity to join in, team up with Yasuke, and then they released all the mind-controlled ghouls. There was like 30 of them or so that were non-feral. A bunch of them went off to kind of get back to their settlements, their families, see what's going on with the world. But there was a handful that was going to go with the team back to the vault. The team told them about the vault that they had access to, that they were trying to get the circuit board going for that security system and such. Two of the 5 ghouls actually are from that vault, a male and a female. The other 3, 2 females and a male, are not, but they agree to go. They have nowhere else to go. And that's kind of where we left off. The team took out all the mind-controlled ghouls. They told these surviving ghouls, hey, we'll escort you to this vault where you can kind of post up as a home base and stuff. It should be pretty secure. We're kind of establishing it and getting it back and running and working there. And that's where we're headed. Did I miss anything important? Like I said, I don't want to get into too much detail because there is a lot, and I would rather people tune into the previous streams, go check out those VODs. But is there anything I should mention before we jump into today's session, or did I cover everything?
Sounded pretty comprehensive, I think.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Let me get some Sirenscape sounds going. You guys are inside West-Tec right now. Let's see here. Let me bring up, there's our dice. Let me just bring up a little map action, show the outside of the West-Tec building so viewers can kind of see this rundown old building where that super mutant took over and was mind-controlling ghouls, putting these devices. But the team's there. You guys are standing in the front room. You have that handful of ghouls that you said you'd escort back to the vault. But you're in West-Tec. Bunch of dead ghouls, a handful of survivors. You want to go back to the vault. The bunker is nearby with all that equipment and stuff that you were gathering for the super mutant as well. Don't forget about that, plus the stuff the super mutant had. I think you took the pass card at least. Yasuke wanted to be honorable and not steal from the dead body at the moment. But yeah, I'll let you guys take it from there if you want to dive into some role-playing and discuss the next plan.
Well then, I guess we ought to get these people back to safety, back to the vault, back home.
Yep. And get this keycard back to Bill. I'm sure he's tired of toilet water. Was it Bill?
I think it was Little Billy, but then chat over time started calling him Timmy, and I'm cool with that. Little Timmy's cool too. So Little Timmy or Little Billy, chat, you decide.
All right, toilet drinking Timmy or bathroom Billy.
There you go. Shout out to Shinobi 192. You rewarded the team with a +2 to your next roll. I think you met a -2. Yeah, +2 is good for Cyberpunk red games that we do. The -2 is helpful for the Fallout games because you want to land under your target number. So we'll just say that's a -2 because I think Shinobi was intending to help the team.
Nice.
But yeah, the ghouls are hanging out. The two that are from that vault. When you guys start talking about it, they kind of interject like, "Is the vault still together? It's been a while. I have no idea. But if you could escort us back home, we could at least, I don't know, we'd feel much safer in there than here."
Yeah, we'll take you there. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine.
By the way, you were having some troubles with your defensive systems, we gathered. Have you got any idea what you need to get that up and going again? Is there anything we could use to help you repair that? Make it a bit safer for you, see that this doesn't happen again?
Yeah, that I have no idea. We were all relying on our overseer, and he obviously didn't know what the shit he was doing because everything went to hell. All those things came in and took us, turned us into these, and, well, you know how it went, but I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. The overseer, he controlled everything. And just to recap, not to meta too much, but just to recap, because I know we've had a lot of sessions, you do know that, that system there, Sprocket, can access the computer there in the Overseer room, but you needed that punch card that you took around the neck of the super mutant that he took from the Vault Dweller, the Overseer. You need that to unlock the system, to actually access and release the food and water system that releases daily, to activate the Protectron security system, the turret at the front door. All that stuff is offline. You needed to get that punch card to get into it. You have the circuit board. Remember, you brought the circuit board that fixes it all. But then you didn't have the punch card to actually access to get it on. But now you have that.
Okay. So, looks like we should be able to get you up and running as well. So, hopefully we can have a bit of a safe haven for you.
Oh, that'd be great.
So... is there anything else we need to be doing here before we head off?
Yasuke will just be in a meditative state most of the time, just kind of waiting.
Oh, it seems there might be some useful items. I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit already, didn't we? But some things that this super mutant guy that we took out, may have left behind that would just go to waste,
Wow, indeed. There did seem to be a few things downstairs, and this building is in surprisingly good condition under the circumstances. So should we have a look around, see if there's anything that we can use, or perhaps our new friends here can take advantage of to protect themselves or make use of when they get back to the vaults?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt for them to have some weapons of their own if there's something around here.
Very true.
I'm a little nervous here, Yasuke. Are you okay with us, taking whatever is useful from this place, knowing that it used to belong to, a guy that's now dead?
As long as we do not desecrate the body of the individual, the remains of the abode become open to nature.
That's great. You know what? I knew I liked you. You're great. Okay, let's look through. I think there was some stuff in his office. There's some things that would be real helpful for us and also these survivors.
Did he perhaps have any of these turrets around that still functioning that we could perhaps take back with us, other than the one we destroyed by the entrance. I believe he had. No, there was a shotgun trap, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a shotgun trap you've already disabled.
But I don't. Were there any other turrets around?
No, there was just the one in the front.
Okay.
Yeah, just that shotgun trap. But you did, you can search. There are a few more. Oh no, you guys ate that food. I forgot with Clarice in the break room. But yeah, in his office, I think there was still some missiles, some ammo for that missile launcher. We'll say he had 4 of those in there.
Okay.
And he also had some ammo for the minigun.
Well, we haven't got the minigun because that was on his body, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But we do have our own missile launcher now.
I'll add the missiles then to the inventory, so we have a total of 6 now.
Nice. Anything else down there in desk drawers or anything like that?
Yeah, you find you find normal like office supply stuff, actual functioning like pens and papers and things that are old but functioning. Everything down there is somewhat preserved. But you do find in other rooms and searching about the West Tech building, useful stuff that the ghouls take, like you guys were planning something to possibly take back to the vault for them. Like you find like a bunch of clothing. You do find some chems and stuff. A couple other doses of Radaway. But mostly like a lot of clothing and stuff. It seems like he was gathering up anything useful. He was pretty much gathering and sending to the Northside Kings through that grandpa trader, as he's been telling. But the things in here, clothing, and like I said, there are a few chems. And there's some raw materials too down in the basement. I can't remember. I have it on the original sheet, and I can find that and put it in chat. But I know when you went down there, on one side there was some raw materials. So just for general, future modding of weapons, equipment, maybe trying to do anything with the vault or a settlement or things like that, you at least have materials. We can say like, stack of bricks and sheets of aluminum and synthetic wood paneling and things like that. So you have materials to work with.
Okay, building type materials more than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. So, should we drag this all back up to that front room and see if any of this stuff's useful to the ghouls we've rescued? Because I don't think we have a lot of use for Radaway at this point. Or any of those... Well, we've got our own clothes, so...
Well, yeah, I guess that'll... Timmy or Billy, he might need some Radaway. Who knows?
Well, he has been drinking dirty toilet water for a while.
Yeah. But they may have some in the vault, too, because I think he said that there was something locked away. Some food, and I think chems maybe, too.
That's a good point. Well, perhaps we should ask the ghouls if there's anything there that they would like to take advantage of, because we're not getting any of the stuff, like the clothing, stuff like that. Don't know what kind of condition their clothes are in at this point, but...
Yeah, they grab a bunch of them grab clothing and things like that. You see them kind of trading out their boots and things that have been worn. Obviously, the super mutant was using them to do tasks and things. So they kind of clean up a bit. A couple of them find their old vault jumpsuits. One of them, and the female was wearing hers under her gear. So they have their 128 vault suits on. Some nicer boots and clothing. But yeah, they gather that up. They gather up, hey, thanks for the follow, multi-stop. Also, shout out to my beautiful wife, Al Mulligan, in chat, and everybody else. And there's another -2 from, a couple -2s from RC Walker Nexus. Thanks so much, rewarding the team. Yeah, and anybody in chat, feel free, contribute ideas, reward the players with those points, all that stuff. We love you guys being part of the story. But yeah, they gather up the food, the any remaining of like that rat away, the clothing, stuff like that. The only thing that they don't take is the materials. Obviously, they're just more on a personal level, like clothing and stuff.
Let's bag up in any of that material we can, grab that and take some of that with us for now, at least as far as the vault. And shall we set out then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got everything ready to go.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Excellent.
How far away was the vault?
I think from here it was a couple miles.
Not too bad then.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think you're a couple miles north of the vault, and then the bunker is a couple miles north of that of the West Tech. So it's kind of all in line, couple miles apart each thing. But yeah, you can do that. You can gather up at least the materials and kind of put some of the more paneling down, stacking things on to kind of drag it. I don't think Yasuke would have any problem dragging that stuff. It's not too heavy for him. And yeah, you kind of make your little convoy and make your way back to the vault. So what all the stuff you're leaving down in the bunker? Because I remember you guys took some of the things you were carrying out for the super mutant, and then when you got out there, you saw what was going down and helped Yasuke kind of defeat the super mutant. So you had those things on you still. So any of those that you wrote down you would have. But then I remember you left some stuff behind to maybe come get later. So just don't forget about that. That stuff is down there. You left that there. And correct me if I'm wrong. That's how it went down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said the vault is on the way back to the bunker, or the bunker's on the way to the vault?
No, it's like if you look north, it'd be bunker, West Tech, vault.
So kind of opposite
Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna update that Pip-Boy Florida map. I know we talked about that before. I'm gonna jump in that before next session and make some little marks on there of where the things are, as if you guys have been making your notes, as you're going. But yeah, cool. Bunker, 2 miles south of that. West Tech, 2 miles south of that. The vault.
Okay, so we'll need to backtrack a bit to get back to the bunker after the vault, I guess.
It's a worthwhile trip.
Yeah, you can do that. But yeah, you guys make your way. The ghouls follow, and you make your way to the vault. And when you pull up, or walk up, it's exactly how you remembered. It's just that above ground sort of entrance. Visible above ground vault entrance, wide open, flashing emergency light. There's still multiple blood streaks leading out of the door, kind of heading north, carving a path through these dead orange orchard, which is the path that you're following now, heading south. Obviously, you figured out what all that was. But yeah, you get back there and the vault's open as you left it.
Was it Tim or a Bill? You still here?
Guessing he's down inside.
Yeah, there's no response, but you guys left him all the way back up in the overseer's room. Here, I'll bring up the little map here so people can kind of see the entrance of the vault. But yeah, the vault, originally he was in kind of the communal bathroom. He's been posted up there since all the other vault dwellers were taken. And I think you as a team brought him up to the overseer room, said, hey, this bathroom's much nicer. There's still some water in the toilet. Post up here till we get back. But yeah, to describe the vault, you enter. It's the big sort of security entrance with the turret that you can see is offline, not functioning still. There's the big open atrium with the catwalk that goes around. Down below that is the atrium and a big sort of drop gate on the side where you see is food and water, and that's where that is supposed to release daily. There's also living quarters off of the bottom atrium. Below that, the stairs go further into the bottom level. That was the engineer room and waste and the mechanics of the vault. On the other side of the big sort of open atrium, up the stairs goes up to the security room and the security office and the armory. And up there is where the overseer's office is.
Okay. Should we head on in and see if we can find Billy or Timmy or whatever his name was?
Let's lock it down. Chat, you decide. I know we've kind of jokingly bounced both names around. What does chat want? Little Timmy or Little Billy? You let us know. But yeah, you guys can go in and check it out. As you enter the vault, yeah, it's as I described and very quiet, you know? Doesn't seem like anyone's in here or anything. Little Timmy, Capricious says. Let's go with that. And Tanguin says, Timmy, here seen vaping, if I'm getting that name wrong, says Timmy. Okay, we got enough Timmys. He's Little Timmy now.
Timmy it is then. Toilet Timmy.
Oh yeah, Shinobi RC Walker. Everyone's saying Timmy. He's Little Timmy.
There we go.
Okay.
Timmy.
Should we make our way over there and call out to him as we're heading in? Hello? Timmy, you still here?
Timmy, you okay? Is the toilet empty?
Yeah, as you make your way around this sort of catwalk, yeah, you see Timmy come down the overseer stairs, kind of comes creeping down, like looking. He's like, "You guys? Oh, it's you!" And he comes running down. He's like, "Hey, how did it go? Did you find everyone? Is everything okay? What? Where is it? Oh my God!" And he sees the other, like ghouls behind you, and you can see his face kind of turn white when he sees the male and female wearing the vault suit and stuff, and he just you know, looks up at them and he just looks kind of shocked. Almost like he recognizes them. And he runs up and just starts hugging them.
Yes,
they start kind of talking to each other and stuff.
Found a few friends of yours. Sadly not as many as we'd have liked, but we did what we could.
Yeah, this is Zach and Sally. I knew them. They stayed a couple bunks down from me, and they just start talking. Little Timmy, oh my God. And they start just going over what happened to them, what they've been through. They start explaining to Timmy. Timmy's obviously confused over them having been ghouled, you know?
Now, before we get these turrets up and running, we got to make sure we get some security cards or passes or whatever it was for these new guys so they don't get shot.
Yes. Was it built into their vault suits or something like that?
I think it was built into the vault suits, and I think we took a couple for ourselves.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
We're going to need one for Yasuke.
Yeah, we'll need one for Yasuke. We're going to need one. We'll need some for these other survivors that aren't from this vault, too.
Yeah, I think you need a few more. And looking around, you're not finding other passes or vault suits and such. But yeah,
perhaps we should check the overseer's office. If anybody would have more, it would seem likely, or possibly the security office.
Might have some Pip Boys in there, too.
Possible.
Yeah, you could do that. You make your way over to the overseer's office, and now you've got that punch card as well. So Sprocket, you know, that gives you access to his system.
Nice.
But yeah, it's as you left it. Everything's empty.
Nothing up there.
Nothing out in the open visible. You know, it's as you left it. His desk, his office. The security room, the armory or whatever is just that room with those protectrons in the charging stations. Still not up and running.
So should we head back down and talk to the vault residents, see if they know anything about this, anything we can do? Because turning on the security system and without the clearance doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
Yeah.
I've picked up enough scratches as it is lately.
We're going to need to buff those out, buddy.
Oh, maybe there's a workshop in here somewhere.
Maybe. But if anybody knows how to shine up metal, it's you.
We'll be quite alright.
Yeah.
No well, is there any serious damage actually? To be fair, a few repairs would not go amiss. Actually, this might be a good place to take stock and do some healing up and resting and stuff in a bit.
Sounds like a
Before we
good
head
plan.
back out into the wasteland.
Could use a bit of a vacation myself. How about you, Yasuke?
I would prefer to continue on our mission, but if reprieve is required, then the necessities of time shall be permitted.
Sounds like he has to be. Tentative.
I thought it's exactly. Yep. So let's see if we can find some vault suits.
Little Timmy says, and if we could get some food and water, I'm starving.
Yeah, that might be a good first move if we can access the food and water supplies without turning the defenses on. Let's have a look and see if we can do that. I imagine Jerry's getting somewhat hungry by now.
I could use something, maybe some snack cakes, some sugar bombs, you know.
So let's have a look at this terminal in the overseer's office then.
Yeah, you get in there. Yeah, and it's the same terminal system that you've accessed before. It's an intelligence science. You've got the key now, so at least you can control the things that you saw before. But again, it's a difficulty of 2 to get back in there.
Okay.
But now you have the key, so.
So, gonna need both, am I, to get through that one?
Oh yeah, intelligence science difficulty 2. You're gonna need 2 successes on that to make it work.
Nice.
You do have a couple negative 2s. I think you got like 3 of them. Just something to keep in mind.
Let's use one of those if you guys are okay with it, because I don't think we've got any action points yet, have we?
Yeah, we're still out of action points.
There's a nugget, 2 more negative 2s as well. Look, 3 more. And keep in mind too, just like my luck usage in CPR and Fallout, you can use these, post roll at double the cost. So keep that in mind too. That if you use 1 and I need 1 more, you can use 2 negative 2s to get a negative 2 after the roll. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Use 2 negative 2s to get a negative 2 after the roll.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, let's get this roll on the go then. Oh, we got 3 successes anyway.
Nice. Okay, cool. And yeah, you get some AP and Capricious Nature redeem that you guys find get a call or a holotape at Fallout. It's a holotape, so that'll be popping up here in a moment. I'll work on that. But yeah, you get the system open. You're into the this computer in the overseer's room, and again, you have access to the entire vault here. But now with this punch card, you're able to kind of slide it in the side of the computer in the slot, and you see everything go green down the list. So now you have access to control, the front vault doors. You can activate the security systems, which is the turret up front. You also have the 4 protectrons. I think there's 4 of them in that armory room that are fully charged. You also have access to bring the food and water back up on schedule. And you can see there it basically opens and releases food and water like 3 times a day on schedule, kind of like their breakfast, lunch, and dinner releases. And it's a whole system of food and water behind there. And then you have access to other things in the vault, just generic sort of stuff like control over the waste system and, the power and lights and the temperature and, general sort of living controls as well.
All that living controls and stuff, climate controls seem to be working okay at the moment.
Yeah, now it does. Yeah, now you can actually set things, you can control things. It's not just, open door to the outside elements and stuff. The other thing that you notice in here, aside from being able to control the door, the lights, turrets, protectrons, the food and water and stuff, is you see that also just out of the same system of food and water and supplies, there is a sort of system to print out little pass cards that you can print out. They designate a serial number and you can attach them to your vault suit. So they seem like they're the things that you want to print for people that are allowed to be in the vault, so the protectrons and the turrets don't attack them.
Okay. So, first up, if everything's up and running again, let's give returning vault dwellers a shout, get them up here, and see how many of these pass cards and things we need to print out. So we're going to need... we might as well have an official one each for the 3 of us. So we've got our own one rather than the ones we acquired in the past. And then see who else needs one down that we've brought back and stuff. While we're on the topic.
Yeah, you can do that, and yeah, to streamline, you get the ghouls up there. You're able to kind of do a head count, trade out yours. You've got to print, your three. The other three, obviously, the two vault dwellers that came back had theirs. Timmy had his. He's still wearing his. He hid out. So yeah, you got to print your three and the other two. So you got to print five, and you're able to kind of designate the serial numbers, get that going in the system. And when you hit it, you can hear something coming from the atrium, kind of down near where that drop gate food water area and system was. You can hear some sort of mechanics working or something like like some type of machinery being used.
What was the vault number again? Sorry.
128.
128. Thought it was great. Cool.
And just to just a little chat shout out and people watching. Also, Fallout 2D20, you create your own lore. It's based within the video games, but it's not detrimental or set within any one particular. So we kind of create our own. So if along the way we name a vault or something that doesn't align perfectly with some of the video game lore, just understand that this is our own lore. We're within that world, but we might create some of our own things along the way. Okay.
So let's give everybody a heads up and try bringing the security system online again.
Yeah, okay. Hey, everybody, cover your butts. Security's coming back on.
Hey, everybody ready? Let's do this thing. I'll press the appropriate button. Hopefully it's not big and red.
Yeah. Yeah, you get it up and booted. There's a couple, you have access to get that front turret up and running. You get that and you see it say functional online. No sounds or anything. Obviously you're way back in the overseer's room. That turret's way out front. But judging by the system, it says it's functional, up and running now. Aside from that, you see the protectrons. One by one, you get those up and functional. And within moments after bringing each one up online, you can hear some metal clanking and stomping as that door opens, and you almost hear like a hydraulic release to it as they come marching out. But you notice only 3 of them come marching out, and when they come out, they turn towards all of you in the overseer's room and they greet you by your serial numbers. And we can create those later. But it just says, hello, number 14, number 261, and they greet you guys by the serial numbers and continue down the stairs, almost looking like they're making rounds or something, like they're on some kind of pattern, just kind of protecting. But one of them didn't come out of the room. You did notice that.
Okay. So, looks like we should have everything up and running then. Apart from this one missing protectron, apparently. So
that and the food and water you didn't get up and running yet either.
Okay. So let's activate that as well while we're here. Make sure everything is online.
Yeah, you hear, when you get that online coming from the atrium, you hear kind of like a grinding noise.
Okay. So, one last thing while we're here. You guys don't have an overseer anymore, so if we're not going to be here forever, which we're probably not, we might want to set this up so that you guys can get into the system.
Timmy said, wait, you all are leaving? You're leaving us? And then one of the ghouls, the male of the two of the ones that are from Vault 128, he kind of like leans up. We don't know how to run any of this. We don't. We relied on our overseer the whole time, and you're leaving us?
Well, we can't stay here forever. We have some jobs that we've been hired to do by a few other people that we've made a little detour here to help you guys out, but unfortunately we do have to continue with some prior commitments as well.
Oh, okay, I don't know what we're gonna do here. It's just without our overseer or anyone helping. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna keep this going, but I mean, we're grateful you saved us.
Well, now I'm into the system, I can probably make some adjustments so that you can get in here and operate it if need be. It won't take very long to show you how the basics of how this works. It's not particularly complicated.
Okay. I'll try.
Is it going to be possible to set up some kind of like user access, change the user access so they don't need to basically hack their way into the terminal every time?
Yeah, you can try to set up something like that. Yeah, I think it would be, it would take some type of science roll. Yeah, give me your general science. We'll say with this, it's going to be a difficulty of 3 to completely reprogram this thing for them. None of them have the science skills. You're gonna have to dumb this down basically and just make it some simple like feed us, open the door button. Like they're not gonna be able to like get into the computer and do it. They have no science skills. You're gonna have to make this very simple. Don't forget you got a bunch of -2s if you need them.
And 1 action point, I guess now. Haven't we?
Oh yeah,
Yep,
yeah, and you
one
earned an
action
action
point.
point. There's another
just
-2 from
3.
Shinobi.
So, okay, well, I can reroll if need be. Can I use that action point? Grab an extra dice, because if I'm going to need 3, having 3 dice is probably a good place to start.
Yep. Good call.
Cool with me.
Makes sense, doesn't it? It's a tag skill, so it just ups the odds a bit more. Drum roll. Oh, we got 4.
Nice. Yeah, and you got some
wisps.
action. Yeah, got action points. Yeah, you're able to set it up, and you just you make it super simple. You dumb it down. They don't have to understand systems or get into the computer. They can literally go over to the computer and press the button you label as feed me, water me, open, close the door. That you simplified it, but now they have access. They have access to the controls.
Okay, so you folks should be safe and secure here now. You should have all your basic needs covered. So perhaps we should take a look at this last Protectron. If I have to take a look at that, Jerry, do you and Yosuke want to maybe look at getting some food, some water, something like that?
Sure.
Of course.
Seeing as I'm being fairly good on that point.
You're not hungry, huh?
No. So let's go down and have a look at this missing Protectron, shall we?
Yeah, you go into the armory, and you see the charging stations, and one of the Protectrons is just kind of stuck in the station. It looks like it didn't disconnect.
Okay.
Looks like it, give me, let's see, give me a perception survival. This is just going to be a difficulty of 1.
Well, then.
Difficulty is 0. This is super, super easy. This is just a chance to generate some action points. You can give me 1 there.
There we go. And nada.
Okay. Yeah, so no action points, but you do see that there is some type of like structural damage behind this charging unit. You can see at one point it might have leaked. Looks like during heavy rains, this might leak sometimes, and the corrosion looks like it might have fucked up the charging station for this Protectron. So it's a little bit stuck in there. Looks like it's going to need a little bit of repair work to get it out of here.
And I should be able to take a crack at repairing that.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it. It looks like it's only going to be a difficulty of 1.
Okay then. And we got 1.
Nice. Yeah, easily. You get it out. You get this station repaired. The Protectron kind of unlocks, comes out, greets you by your serial number, and continues on to get into its sort of pattern. But as it does that and comes out, you notice like you did fix it, but that structural damage is still there. If there are any more like heavy rains, it could leak again, could happen again.
Okay. Does this look like something that might cause more serious problems, or is it just going to possibly jam again?
Guess is as good as yours. It is what it is. You see some structural damage. You know what it did to the charging unit. You never know.
Okay. Is that going to be a bit beyond repair at the moment?
Yeah, it probably takes some materials, a bit more work than a quick little repair sort of thing. You'd have to do a little bit of construction and fixing. Yeah.
Bit more materials than I've probably got right now as well.
Yeah, and while you were messing with that, Jerry and Yasuke, you guys went down to get some food and check on that, from what I heard. And I will say Timmy followed as well. And the other ghouls, everybody's kind of following just to see things working. And obviously Timmy's hungry. When you get up to the food station, you notice that the drop gate door didn't open. You can hear kind of like a grinding sound, like maybe the chain it's trying to lift, but it's not. It's not going. You can hear like a grinding. And you notice little Timmy. He kind of looks at it and he kind of like looks a little embarrassed, kind of steps back. He looks a little guilty of something.
The gate looks basically, it's like it's not opening. It's supposed to drop downward to release everything.
It's supposed to pull up and open up.
Does it look like a way to finagle hands into a space, or maybe like a crowbar-esque prying option into the space of the gate?
Yeah, it looks like you could probably wedge your clock hand underneath the gate, or wedge your fingers underneath the gate where it's barely opening but grinding and not fully opening.
Yasuke will just kind of go over and start looking at it for a while to get an idea on the best way to pry the gate open.
Cool.
No idea about Timmy's guilty look, because Yasuke has no perception of human beings.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just try to pry it with bare hands.
What's Jerry doing when he sees Yasuke going over, checking out the gate, looking at Billy takes a step back, or little Timmy, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm going to go stand next to Timmy and go, so, has this done this before, or is this no?
Yeah, give me your speech check there, Jerry.
Sure.
Oh, I gotta do it with these two.
Nada.
Yeah, he just looks kind of embarrassed, and he just says, yeah, I it's never really done that before. I was really hungry. I tried to mess with the lock a little bit. I might have messed up the lock a little bit. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't worry. If anybody can get it open, it's us.
Yeah, and you can see now, Jerry, it looks like, the lock has been tampered with a bit. So yeah, you've got, between the two of you looking at this, Yasuke, you can get a little bit of leverage. You could try to do some type of strength feat to pry this open. It could be like an unarmed sort of attack. We could do some type of strength thing to try to break this open, get it open. I'm laughing at chat. I'll address that in a moment. But Jerry, you also notice after talking with little Timmy and taking a look, it looks like he messed with the lock a little. Maybe he was hungry. He was trying to break into it. And you can tell he's got no lockpick skills. It looks like he jammed up the lock, and that's why, it's not opening. The lock is actually jammed. So, knowing that you might be able to do a little lockpick magic on it, So whether you want to do some type of strength from Yasuke or a lockpick action from Jerry, it looks like you have options here. But both of you are kind of noticing this. Each of your own,
Yasuke will try to just pry the gate open with a first attempt.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, let me, oops. 1 second. Yeah, give me, I guess athletics would be the best. But I will take unarmed. So yeah, either strength athletics or strength unarmed. I'd prefer unarmed. It feels more strength based.
Yep. Use unarmed. Difficulty of...
Oh, and this will be a difficulty of 2. Sorry.
2.
Yeah, and Capricious says, make Timmy break it open. It's his fault. Solution, eat little Timmy.
All right. We have a couple -2.
Cannibal
I won't
perk.
use it. We'll see what happens. Just a raw roll. One dice. Be nice.
Hey, you did it.
Successes.
Nice, and you got an AP there. So yeah, you're Jerry. Just as you're noticing, like, maybe I could, jimmy that lock and kind of get that unlocked. Yasuke just wedges and you hear kind of like the lock snap as he lifts up, and the gate opens up. You see kind of like a little mechanism of the lock fall on the ground where it kind of broke off from the internal mechanism. But the gate is open, and you can see basically this sort of platform. Think of like, going to an all-you-can-eat buffet with like a little cutout in the wall, where they might slide trays. But this is all like animatronic. You can see mechanical arms kind of going, kicking out trays of food as it's going down this belt, and it's kicking out this sort of manufactured, it kind of looks like slop, but it's there, and it actually smells good, and it's putting the different courses on there. You can see it's serving water there. But the one thing that you notice is it's kicking out trays down this belt, and they're starting to like line up. It seems like, it's in the process of trying to feed all the vault dwellers, knowing that there's really only a handful of you there. And it's at that point that you get all that open. Sprocket, you figure out that with the Protectron, get that going. Notice the structural damage. You hear Yasuke break that. You hear some like little mechanism break as you come out, and you see Yasuke got the thing open, and all the food trays are starting to serve.
This slop's not pink, is it?
No, it's not. It's not people. It's.
I'm just checking because
it looks like it's
a whole pink food paste thing in Fallout 4.
Oh,
did not end well.
No. It's no. This is it's more like a stew. Like a soup or a stew.
Yeah, I'll see who knows what I'm on about.
Yeah, I saw.
Cool.
Hey, good job on that door. That was good.
Simply required appropriate negotiation.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you're a good negotiator. We'll have to keep that in mind.
Excellent powers of persuasion. I see dinner is served.
Smells like not too bad.
Timmy grabs a couple trays. He grabs a couple trays and, oh, thanks, I'm starving. He starts eating one of them, kind of like scurries off into one of the tables.
Does this thing look like it's trying to serve the previous population of the vault rather than the current one?
Absolutely. It's kicking out. It's up to like tray 32 now.
Was there any sign of a way on that computer to sort of reduce the amount of food it's putting out?
Yeah.
So that they don't run out like tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. You can go in, and I'm not going to make you do rolls. You've already got access. You've got the punch card, and from now on, anytime you're in this vault in the future, if ever, you've got access to this system. But yeah, you go in, you reset it. You kind of reprogram the whole system to know that however many people are in here. I imagine you'll set it for the 5 ghouls that you escorted back. Yeah, and you get that handled. It stops serving. The only problem is it stops serving, shuts down. All the water, the food trays come out. The ghouls, everybody grabs what they want. They grab the excess ones, and the gate drops down again. You hear it kind of click, but obviously it doesn't lock.
Does this look like it's going to be a problem, or is it just going to sit there and be fine? Not secure, but functional.
Little Timmy's got his mouth full. He's just like, as long as I'm getting food.
Yeah, does this thing look like it's going to work next time mealtime rolls around, or is it looking actually broken now?
It's hard to tell. It would seem that it should be functional. It just won't lock. Like the chain can work. The reason it wasn't before is because the lock wouldn't unlock because Timmy kind of jammed it. Now the lock is completely broken off. So it can work, but it just can't lock.
Should be fine then. So, Okay, so you guys are going to settle down and get some dinner yourselves, are you?
I suppose.
Yeah, when you sit down to start eating, everyone can kind of wind down, maybe a little chit chat. You notice the overall vibe of the group of ghouls and people kind of, I don't know, settles down to a bit of normalcy. They actually start talking about normal things like, oh, we should maybe clean up a little bit, at least we got security back up and running. Thank God these people saved us. And, they're talking about their new life as a ghoul now and stuff, but it's just kind of current time and normal conversation stuff. Yasuke, Jerry, you guys are able to eat, and Sprocket just kind of hanging out. But while you're eating and hanging out, one thing that you notice, coming from maybe towards the front entrance, the door, you hear a voice calling out. You hear a voice just say, "Hey, anybody in there? Hey, anybody here? Anybody home?" And you hear like a knocking, like a metal, like something chinking, like chink, 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 like knocking on metal. And this is where we'll take our little 5-minute bio break. Don't anybody go anywhere. Again, I don't have the little bio break mark, so I'm going to pull up the map, and I'm going to leave the mics hot. That way, if team wants to talk about plans, anybody wants to contribute ideas from chat, go for it. We'll be back in just 5 minutes.
Cool.
And this is where we all die. There's a super mutant running in with a mini nuke in hand.
Suicide. Well, it seems we've got everybody's back and set up again. It's probably a good time to start thinking about what our next move is going to be.
I will let you know that Yasuke's entire ability is in murder and murder adjacent activities.
Right.
So there's my input.
We should see what time of day it is as well. 'Cause it's probably, if it's getting towards evening, something like that, maybe setting out in the morning might be the way to go. Don't know how you feel about that.
For me.
So now that we no longer have a human on the team, I mean, I know we're all just regular humans. Normal people.
Yeah.
But talking to the Brotherhood is going to be a real challenge.
Yes, it could be a problem now.
How would it be a problem? I have a very easy solution.
Kill them all?
They can't argue with me if they don't have functional heads.
This is true. They also can't go fight the Enclave for us either, though.
I'll murder them too. Problem solved.
Until they turn clean wave on.
Let's murder them before they hit the button. That's all you got to do.
Well, it's simple and uncomplicated.
Yeah, it's definitely a simply complicated approach. And no, dealing with the brother would be great because you just send the most human out of us, which will just be whoever draws the short stick.
Yeah, so we've got a ghoul that they don't like, a super mutant that they like even less, and a Mr. Handy that might go okay if they don't try and kidnap me and consider me pre-war technology that they want to confiscate. So...
Yeah, I'll be the one super mutant they don't hate. We'll figure it out.
Well, that's good. That's going to make for an interesting conversation.
All we do is paint my skin with a flesh tone, and we'll be fine.
Well, you just sort of kneel down and put your shoes on your knees.
Exactly.
That could work. From a distance, maybe.
Yeah. Or we just paint my skin to look like power armor and just say I'm one of the Brotherhood, but I'm in power armor, and the size matches.
Shove a few bits of cardboard underneath the clothes.
Oh,
spray painted silver.
Exactly. It's a pre-war model of the power armor.
It's a prototype.
Yeah, it's
the concept model.
T51B.
Mock up.
admittedly, we do have the slight fact that our normal conversationalist isn't available, and we are considered enemies to most standard groups of people.
Well, we know obviously the House of Mouse are not going to shoot us on sight, but beyond that, it's fairly open question. Apart from that, there's raiders out there. Probably not going to go well.
Yeah, they'll murder anyone though, so it's less
exactly.
about their inclination towards us and more so just people in general.
Yeah. In fact, and from a certain point of view, reasonably well armed, Yasuke is a massive angry super mutant. They might actually decide not to murder us and just kind of stay the hell out of the way. We might actually be better off with the raiders at this point.
Like they'll see a handy and a ghoul, be like, oh, let's get him, and then they'll see Yasuke and they're like, or let's go home. I'll make an apple pie.
Maybe I'll just duck back down behind this car that I was going to jump out from behind. We also need to go back to that vault and grab any of the bunker, and grab any of the gear that we want to pick up, which could be any of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Excuse me, at this point.
Yeah. I went over a quick review of it just for my own sake, and I realized Yasuke would touch basically none of it.
Yeah, we've got some random bits and pieces, but...
Yeah, Yasuke sticks to the Emma Knuckles, the Shinsetsu Blade, and then my additional pack of knives.
Yeah, I've got a few mines, I've got a couple of assault rifles listed on here, some machetes. So, apart from the missile launcher, nothing particularly new, apart from that combat armor that we want to grab, probably for Jerry now.
Yeah, that's something I'm wondering about too, is the combat armor is exactly what kinds of pieces we're talking about. Because I don't think it's a full suit, so...
I've got full suit listed, actually. 2 full sets of heavy combat armor listed, which...
Yeah.
I think is what we agreed. I was a little surprised by that myself, but... We can sort of go over that again if need be when we get back there.
Yeah.
But
just to be sure, because that's a powerful find if it's full sets.
Yeah, this is true. Just about any pieces will certainly be an upgrade, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
And we've also got a bag of car parts we picked up that we can use to finish off repairing the vehicle in the garage where Sprocket was discovered.
That's right.
Potentially. Although we might have to figure out how we're going to get a super mutant in there if we do that.
Oh, it's
okay. I can run pretty fast.
Might have to spread out half the whole back seat or something.
Just stretch out the trunk, take the lid off it, and then you got a super mutant seat in the back, a gunner seat.
Yeah.
Just push down the back seats or something, and you can just kind of chill out.
Be like an El Camino or
something like that.
So the plan is we're going to sneak up to the Brotherhood's deal and just let me throw my throwing knives at each and every one of them until they all die. That's the plan.
I see no way that it could go wrong.
I like Galver
There's
saying...
nothing more terrifying.
Galver says, thank God you're back, Rob. They conspire to replace you with some other master. It's full-blown rebellion.
That's what the throwing knives are for.
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so went over where we're at and what might happen if we go and visit the Brotherhood and what we need to do in the meantime.
Hey, we're back. Everybody can see us now. Thanks, everybody, for sticking around during our little bio break and contributing ideas to chat. I know that we jokingly kicked around some ideas and stuff, but I do really, I always appreciate, chat being part of our gameplay. You guys always contribute fun ideas and things and stuff. And also want to use that time, not just chat always here, but all the people part of my Cybernation Uncensored community. Seriously, I run this Patreon, and the supporters there are the fuel on my fire. You guys keep me going, and I just want to take a moment to shout out those that opted in for that. Kevin Moreno, Joseph Holder, William Huddleston, Naomi Madlass, Jamie Minch, John Effort, Leaded Coffee, Michael Edmonds, who's also Kira, Chris Anderson, Dolan Pondsmith, Matt James, who's GM Reservoir Panda, Rothan, who's also Renegade 420, Revolver Gray, Steve Barr from Sirenscape, an official sponsor here at Cybernation Uncensored. Zeno, Zach, GM Capricious Nature, who's right here in chat. You can also see his Fallout gameplay right after our stream here. Don't anybody go anywhere. Fallout Asia starts up after our stream right here. Cyber Smiley, who runs Tales from the Forlorn Dopes weekly on our channel every other Wednesday with Data Fortress. Raven, Andy Stretton, Copious Salt, and Jorge. Welcome back, Jorge. Glad you joined us again. So yeah, I just wanted to take that moment to give a shout out because it means a lot to me to get support. All of you here playing with me, you can all vouch. You know, when you're a content creator, you constantly put yourself out there. You have a passion for gameplay or a genre or whatever you're doing, and you put it out there because you love it. But you know, I'd be lying if it wasn't fueled by the validation of those watching. You know what I mean? You want that positive feedback. You want that support telling you, like, hey, I like what you're doing and all that good stuff, you know? I need that. I need that validation, that positive support. So that's why it means so much to me. Seriously, you're not just supporting with a share and, you know, positive words and stuff, but you actually joined my Patreon and you're kicking me a few bucks to kind of keep me going. And that means so much. I really appreciate that. So thanks so much. Also, Capricious Nature, big shout out to him. He's been a great partner for me for a while now with the brand, not just with gameplay and stuff, but a good friend. So make sure you tune into his gameplay. Like I said, he's up right after this. But yeah, the team is eating. You're sitting down. You've released the food. The lock's broken, but everything's functional. Everybody's part of the security system now. Sprocket was able to print those. And everybody's kind of winding down, eating some dinner, casual, having a good time. When you hear that voice coming from kind of the front, hey, anybody in here? Hey, chink, 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 chink.
Are we expecting anybody?
All the vault dwellers look a little bit nervous. They start like looking at each other, like confused and stuff. And little Timmy like grabs his food and starts like walking, like, should I be hiding in the bathroom or?
Look, everybody, here's the problem. When you start sending holotapes around the whole wasteland, telling them that you've got no security, you're going to get everybody coming to break down your door.
This person doesn't seem to be breaking in. It sounds more like they're knocking to me.
Yasuke will then get up and approach the door. Won't open it, but will be approaching the door.
Door is still open. You know, remember it was stuck open. Sprocket never closed it when he was in the system, so it's open. But yeah, you can do that. Yasuke gets up from food and starts walking towards the front. What's Jerry and Sprocket doing? All the other ghouls, everybody else just looks nervous. They're just staying where they are.
Jerry gets down on one knee and basically shoulders the hunting rifle. It's long barrel, short scope, so I should be able to go at a long range now. If, you know, depending on how far off this guy is, be able to basically just have a bead on him in case I need to shoot him in the head.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you can use that minor action aim. I know there's not really like a hold action, but yeah, absolutely, and that'll put you at top of initiative in my books. You're watching the front entrance. What's Sprocket doing?
I'll join Yasuke heading out front, maybe a little further back, but head up there with him.
Let Yasuke take the lead, I assume.
Well, yeah, Yasuke also needs to be up closer to use that sword if needs be. So
Sprocket's poking out from behind Yasuke. What's going on up there? Hiding.
Well, it depends how much room we've got by the entrance, really.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, you make your way up there, and Yasuke, you're leading the way. As you make your way up towards the front, you notice that the turret is online. You know, the light has changed now to green. And it looks like it's kind of, you know, pointing downward towards the front. You see the front open, and right outside of the entrance, not in the entrance, you didn't take a step in, you see a male standing there. You know, he looks like he's wearing random, like, leathers and stuff. And he's standing there. He has a rifle, and he's like, tapping it on the side of the vault door that's open. He's kind of leaning and, like, looking in, like, anybody home? Anybody here? And, like, tapping it. Just as you kind of come, you know, step up the stairs, Yasuke.
And so I can get eyes on him. Does he notice me then?
Yeah, just as you're stepping up, you know, your eyes kind of meet. He sees you, but you have the initiative here. As far as speaking, actions, whatever. You step up. He looks a little bit surprised at you walking up.
And he doesn't seem any way immediately hostile, as in not seemingly preparedly armed or anything like that. Just armed as a super mutant kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's a human. Looks wearing some leathers and stuff. He does have a rifle. He's armed, but it's not like he's like pointing it at you or anything like that. He's using it to tap on the vault right now. And then as you come up, he's like, "Hey, anybody help?" Oh, and sees you step up.
That's your business.
Whoa, okay, hey, easy there, super mutant buddy here. And he kind of like steps back and he pulls out a holotape and holds it up. And he's like, came across this, was coming to check on things. He kind of like starts trying to look behind you, you can tell.
What business do you have for this vault then?
No, I found this holotape. Apparently this vault has a problem with the security system and needs help with a circuit board or something maybe. And they have plenty of food and water. What's up? What do you find the same thing or what's up? Starts trying to see behind you.
Can I chip in at this point?
Yeah, you can make your way up the stairs. You see Yasuke engaging with this Wastelander outside.
Oh, hello there. You said you found a holotape too?
Oh,
To say,
there's a bot in here too, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a bot in here and a super mutant. Okay. Yeah, I found this holotape here, and he hits play on it. And it just starts playing the holotape. And it's that same entrance that you've heard before, where it's like, we're sending multiple copies of the holotape out in hopes someone somewhere will help us. We're in Vault 128. The coordinates are blah, blah, blah. We need a circuit board to activate our automated defense systems. It seems there was never one here. The vault door opened. It won't close. We don't know what to do. Please, if you receive this message, help us. We have plenty of food and water. It's all clean. We can give you. Please help us. And it stops. He says, yeah, found this. Came to maybe help. Is there some food and water in here? He looks like he's trying to look past you, Sprocket, now.
well, we found the same holotape you did, and I'm happy to say we've been able to help out. We've got the place up and running again. We have effected some repairs. The vault is once again secure.
Okay. So everything's working here? Everything's good? You don't need any more help?
I don't think so. Looking around at everybody. Are you okay? You look a little worried there, my friend.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just, I thought maybe somebody here needed some help. I was just coming to check it out. Plenty of food and water was real interesting to me. But it sounds like you guys got it going. So it's you, this bot, and super mutant here. You guys came and got it going then? Anybody else in there?
Yeah. There's a few people down here.
Oh, okay.
So
So
a few of the Vault residents here, and
only a few of
friends
them?
of mine. There's a whole crowd down there.
Okay.
But a lot. I don't think Sprocket's got a vast amount of experience with how many people are likely to be in a vault, so I don't think he's got much to draw on there.
Okay. Yeah, so just a few of them down there, and they're just some vault dwellers in there, right? Is a bunch of vault dwellers in there, or?
What are your intentions?
I'm just curious. Yeah, I was coming to help. Found this holotape, and just out traveling the wastelands. Come across this holotape. Thought, hey, maybe I'll stop by and help. Get some food and water in the process. Just trying to help out.
What kind of help do you plan to provide? Security? Work?
No. They just the holotape said they needed some security system stuff set up, but it sounds like you guys got it handled. So you two got it handled. Handful of vault dwellers in there. You guys are helping out, and it's all good, right?
Yes, everything's okay. Place is nice and secure once again. We have got the security systems online. So yes, I'd say the problem has been solved.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no, I heard on the holotape they needed help with the security system too. So you got that up and running. I see you got a turret right here. So you got everything else up and going. You guys don't need any help or anything, or everything's good?
No, everything's good. So, you said you were out wandering the wasteland? Do you have a home, a settlement or something? Or just out here on your own?
No, just out on my own. You know how it is. Just trying to survive, and came across this. Thought maybe I'd help some people out, get a free meal and some water out of it or something. But sounds like you guys got it handled. All right, cool. I'm gonna carry on, and sounds like you guys got it handled. He kind of like looking at you as he's turning and walking away. And Yasuke, why don't you give me a.
Ooh.
I'll take.
It sounds like a mental skill. Ooh,
Yeah,
no.
you've got a choice here. It would be intelligence, survival, or intelligence and any weapon skill. That might be better for you, but it does require a little bit of intelligence.
Intelligence is a score that I don't. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do intelligence. And you said any weapon?
Any of your weapon skills.
Right,
This is just going to be a difficulty of 1 for you.
Which is still so hard for me.
And don't forget, you got a bunch of -2s, and I think you earned another AP. So keep that in mind too.
What?
We got 2 AP.
I think I'm gonna try to use a -2 just in case. You
Okay.
guys are okay with that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. It's a dex skill, so let's see if that helps. Ow. What are the odds? That's 4 successes.
Damn. Nice. So you get some.
3 more action points.
Yeah, you get some AP back. As he walks away and kind of goes off, he walks off in the opposite direction of the orange orchid, orchard that's all leveled down from the ghoul blood trail taking survivors out of the vault. He kind of travels off in the other direction, still kind of going south. But he's kind of like looking and, okay, sounds like you got it handled, and kind of walks off. But Yasuke, one thing that just doesn't sit right with you, and maybe it doesn't register with Sprocket because he just hasn't been out in the wasteland enough, This is all new to him. But you notice one thing, like when he says he's out there just wandering the wasteland by himself and comes across this holotape and whatever, like, cool, he's got a rifle. You think you saw like a machete or pipe or some type of melee thing on his hip or whatever, but he had no like backpacks, supplies, food, like he wasn't toting any things. Like he was traveling a little too light to be traveling by himself out in the wasteland. You know what I mean? Seems a little odd. Like
all right,
maybe to you it kind of
let's
clicks
see
like
here.
he might be part of like something bigger or something. It's hard to tell.
Oh, would it be safe to say that it aroused some random suspicion?
Yeah, definite suspicion. And I'll even give you, for you it kind of clicks like you've come across. He looks very much like a raider, wearing the raider leathers. Just looks kind of rough. Tried to talk.
I'm gonna roll
talk like he was
both
carrying,
myself.
but yeah.
I'm gonna roll to maintain my not rage state because it seems like the right thing to do.
Nice.
No, I needed 2 successes. I would like to. How far is he? Is he like maybe still only 1 zone away?
Yeah. He's he just walked off. You notice that it's not sitting right. You think he's lying about just wandering the wasteland by himself. He seems a little shady.
As he starts to go walk away, everyone Sprocket will notice as Yasuke kind of gets into like a semi-crouched position, almost like a runner's base.
Sprocket has seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Yes, okay.
3-point stance.
This might not be a great move right now.
And we'll charge for a pain train because Yasuke is not satisfied with this person's behavior.
Nice. Yeah, go for it. This is just with your difficulty too, right? Isn't your perk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go for it. Yeah,
Difficulty 2 to knock them over.
Look at me! I learned that perk.
If we didn't have a problem before, we soon will.
Yeah, and poor Jerry, Jerry, you're sitting back there. The other ghouls are kind of like, they look a little worried. They're looking at each other. You're just kind of waiting. One of them leans over to you, one of the vault guys. the main ghoul guy. It's the guy and the girl that are from the vault and little Timmy. And he leans over and he just says, "Hey, you think they're okay up there? It's been a while. You think they would already know what's up? Or I don't know. Maybe I'm just nervous." And he kind of backs up a little bit.
So I had line of sight with my scope on the entrance, right?
Well, where you're at, you can't see the entrance, but the entrance to the atrium from the front entrance. It's a front entrance that's open. Then it's this
foyer.
then this sort of foyer with the turret, and then it opens up into the atrium that goes around the catwalk and the stairs down where you're down eating. So you're kind of, gun up towards the atrium entrance, but you can't see the front entrance. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought I had view of the front.
Yeah, sorry if that was confusing.
You know what? I'm gonna go up. I gotta see what's going on. So I'm gonna head up those stairs.
I'd imagine the voices are carrying back down at least a bit.
Yeah, we'll say that, Jerry. Even without having to do any type of perception checks and things, you do hear a little bit of conversation, and then right at this moment, you can kind of hear Sprocket like, "Whoa, Yasuke! I don't know if you should be doing this, or like something might be happening." Also, shout out to Weave the Tail. Thanks so much for rating with a party of 15. Really appreciate that. Everyone should check out Weave the Tail when you get a chance. They do some awesome gameplay.
Okay, sounds like this is about to get real fun. I'm gonna head up there. Okay.
The other ghouls and like little Timmy, they all kind of look at you like, "Yeah, we're gonna go back here if that's okay with you." And they kind of step back into the living quarters.
Yeah, no problem. We'll be right back.
Guess
Okay.
they've probably got some protectrons down there at least anyway.
Yeah, protectrons are still kind of making their rounds throughout and stuff. But one thing you notice is that it seems like the route that they do is all like catwalk and inner atrium, living quarters, all that sort of stuff. They don't seem to go out to the front entrance. That is strictly that turret, and the front door seems to be. But yeah, Jerry, while you have that conversation and you kind of start making your way up to the front to see what's going on, we shoot back over to Yasuke, who successfully was able to kind of do that. He's down in that crouch getting ready to go. Sprocket's like, "Hey, I don't know if you should be doing this," but Yasuke goes for it, right?
With the 3 successes, we'll hit.
Nice.
And
Give me damage.
why is it not prompting? There we go.
There it is.
5, 6, 7 points of damage.
Damn. He's a tough boy.
With and it's pierce. It'll be piercing 2. Each one's piercing. Oh, piercing 4 actually, because it's 2 piercing.
Yeah, he you hit him. Give me the location on that. With that, does it have a location? I don't know if that perk.
It just deals the unarmed damage and knocks them prone. I guess technically it doesn't say what it uses, so I'll just roll for it.
Yeah, give me the 1d20. Let's see where the location is. I would imagine, even if you're football ramming, the majority is going to hit one part of the body, Yeah. Because I need that. I need to know that damage reduction location or whatever. Ooh.
An 8 in
Oh, that is
Ignore that.
That is insane. You rolling a D220.
I thought it was supposed to be 2d20, not d220.
Yeah, that's weird. It says D220. A 220-sided die. It's like this. You're like, it's so heavy.
That's my favorite die now. I am making it. That'll be to the torso.
Push that down a hill.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I gotta put a hill. I gotta go roll it. I'll be back, guys. Give me like 10 minutes.
What was 6? Sorry.
A 6 is a torso.
Oh, perfect. Makes sense. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, you ram him. He was walking away. As Sprocket's like, "Yeah, I don't know if you should be doing this. I don't." Yasuke, he kind of like looks back, like realizing people are chattering. Just as he looks back, you're coming at him. He's, "Oh shit! Oh what?" And you just ram him. He's like, "Oh!" And like he even coughs up a little bit of blood, knocking to the ground. He's just flat on the ground. He just starts cussing, like, "Oh, what the fuck!" Starts coughing. Like you can tell it did a hefty amount of damage there. And Jerry, you make it up to the top just for the sake of streamlining. You're up there with Sprocket, just in enough time to kind of see that going down, just around the corner of the view of the open vault door. You see Yasuke just ramming this guy wearing leathers. You have no idea what it's about or anything, but you just come up there and see that.
What's going on? Does he hate super mutants or something?
I don't know. He seemed a little nervous, but Yasuke just kind of grunted and did his thing.
I'm sure he had good reason. I'm gonna use my scope to kind of get a better view of what's going on. Can we have an action readied?
Yeah, I think we talked about that before. There's no real like hold action like in Cyberpunk Red, but yeah, it makes sense that you could. Like you have your initiative, you're aiming, but instead of taking your major action, you're kind of holding it, waiting for something to happen or a moment to do it. What is that thing you're waiting for? Or what are you holding it for?
Now, I feel like Yasuke's got this situation well in hand, but if anybody else shows up to try and help this guy, I want to fire. I don't know if I'd be able to fire at anybody new coming as a held action, or if I just have to hold my aim on this guy.
Yeah, the aim would be for the guy you see.
Yeah, okay.
But so, at the moment, I'll say this, though, for holding an action. At the moment, if somebody does show up, if that happens, you're holding your action, you have the choice. You can utilize that aim and continue with the guy Yasuke is dealing with, or, no aim, you don't get that bonus, and you can take an action on anybody else, obviously.
Okay.
Because isn't it the aim just basically reduces the difficulty, right, by 1?
I think so.
I'll double check that in a moment. But yeah, you can do that. You're holding your aim, you're doing that. Sprocket, what are you doing?
So we've got Yasuke presumably standing over this guy who is now lying on the floor coughing up blood.
Yeah, Jerry just came up and, seems confused, holding his gun. Like, what, this guy doesn't like super mutants or something? I
think I'm going to zoom forward a bit, laser cutter at the ready. Like, Yasuke, what the hell? What was that about? And focus on asking the question rather than diving into the fight for now, I think.
Galver says, no, he said anime is for kids. Like that was the reason.
First off, I would take that so personally. I held back. If he would have said that, I wouldn't have gone painter. I would have just chucked my sword at his face.
Just straight off with his head.
Can Yasuke speak?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I was standing over. You've seen many warriors, survivors. And all survivors carry with them means of survival. You, unequipped to survive Wasteland alone. You have friends.
That is a good point. You might want to start talking quickly now, my friend. Yasuke here is not happy. Sort of directed at the fellow on the floor.
Yeah, you see when he says that, he coughs up some more blood. He starts digging in his leathers. And you see him pull out what looks like it's like a whistle. He has like an old school whistle on like an old thing, and he kind of arms himself with this whistle, and he's like going to put it in his mouth.
Yasuke will just have one hand reaching for his blade, and the other hand will come down, revealing that he has a knife in his other hand. Use your next action carefully. One through the jugular kills. One through the artery causes insufferable pain.
It's Jerry and Sprocket. You see all this going down. Dude's like grabbing up a whistle and shit, and like Jerry's holding the things. Sprocket's watching. You see Yasuke, the blade, say that.
Can I make an unarmed attack with my pincer to try and kind of knock his arm out of the way?
Sure. What's your initiative and Jerry's initiative again? We'll put this in order.
For me.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're ahead. I always forget that. Yeah, you absolutely. Sprocket.
Let's give that a go then. I'll see if I can knock his whistle. At least try and prevent him from using it.
Yeah, just a difficulty of 1.
Here we go. And we got 1.
Nice. Yeah, you hit his arm just as he's kind of going like that. Yasuke raises the blade and zoop, you zoom over and hit it with the thing, knocking the whistle. He kind of drops it. He's like, looks at you and just like, oh, what the fuck? Grabbing his rifle that's on the ground next to him.
Do you want a damage roll to go with that one?
Um,
Um,
yeah, you can give me a damage. I mean,
it wouldn't be a particularly hard.
yeah,
hit.
give me the damage. What I'm gonna do, I'm
Gold.
gonna take half the damage as damage because mainly it was for the action of disarming. But give me
I
that
was
because it would make sense. It would do at
thinking-
least something. You know, you would hit his arm.
Yeah. If nothing
Because
else.
technically it's an aimed attack, but you know.
Oh, he's just got walloped in the arm with a bit of metal. It's going to smart if nothing else, isn't it?
Yeah. No, and just so chat knows, you know, for some of these things we try to streamline a little bit, for the sake of streaming. So we might
So,
homebrew
you'd have
some of the little things. Nice.
2 damage coming out at 1. That makes sense.
Cool.
That sounds
Yeah,
about
exactly.
right to me.
Yeah, you hurt his arm and hand a bit as he drops the whistle. You see him like, oh, what the fuck, realizing that he's being attacked by you and this super mutant as he kind of puts his hand on the rifle next to him on the ground, arming himself with that now. Jerry, you see all this shit going down. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, seeing him reaching for the rifle, I'm going to fire.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. It's right there, just the difficulty of 1. Oh, wait, what's your rifle,
My
your range? Sorry. Lost
it's long.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
long now that it's a long barrel.
Okay, so that'll be a difficulty of 2, I believe, yeah. Which you got anyways, right?
Yeah, and a complication.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so you got it. What's the, give me the damage. Let's do that first, and we'll figure out the complication. At least you hit him.
All right, that's 4 damage plus 4 piercing.
Ooh. Yeah, you can describe how you end this guy with this one shot. He's reaching for the rifle. Maybe you didn't intend or not, but it kills him.
Well, scope essentially.
Give me the
right on-
location. Sorry, I always forget about locations in Fallout. Sorry, chat. I'm so used to Cyberpunk and the other systems I've been doing for the past couple of years. Fallout is still shaking off the new game smell. You
That's
know?
his left arm.
Perfect. Hey, that makes sense. You know, going to grab the rifle. We'll say it's with that arm. Pop. Hit that same arm.
Yeah. So fire the arm, goes through the bone, and essentially just he's got this flopping, leaking arm with this artery that's been pierced as well, and he's just bleeding out really quickly.
Yeah, a little bit of a complication. When this happens, it happens to hit that artery, and it just sprays Yasuke. Yasuke is now coated in this guy's blood. He's a little bit wet and slippery and covered in this guy's blood now. It just sprayed. Like an anime. There you go.
Maybe adding a
Yes,
little bit
friend.
of difficulty for the grip there.
We must deal with his friends nearby.
So you want to blow that whistle then?
First, Yasuke will take the body as he removes his swords, puts it like underneath, and will jam the head back to basically do a reverse guillotine removal of the head.
Nice.
And then we'll just grip the head, take one of his knives, jam it into the skull, and tie one of the yarns and basically wear this head as like a necklace charm.
Nice.
I see he's not that bothered about desecrating bodies.
He has committed wrong actions. His body is now forfeit, and his soul has now been cursed.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say definitely. Maybe Jerry has seen some brutal shit like this in the years and years of being alive in this fucked up world of Fallout, you know. But Sprocket, this has got to be yeah. I don't think you've seen something that
kind
brutal.
Flying back a little bit. Those eyes are going.
And you will notice too, Yasuke's face is less about that calm. There's this like almost feral nature, this anger coming in. His eyes get a little bit of bloodshot.
Yeah, in fact, why doesn't Jerry and Sprocket give me... let's do a perception survival, unless Yasuke wants to suggest a different check to recognize... Yasuke kind of changing modes. Like you see, he went from like this calm, calm and collective samurai super mutant to this sort of like animalistic, like he's.
Perception, survival, or even medicine would work for this.
Nice, I like that. Yeah, whatever you guys want, Jerry or Sprocket, whatever you're more skilled in, give me that check to see if you notice. I mean, obviously you notice Yasuke just, put his head on him and tackled him, whatever. But I want to see if you notice that he's complete. Yeah, both of you notice, I would say, right? That's your yeah. Both of you notice Yasuke he's not himself. He's a little more animalistic, a little more badass. Yasuke, if you want to explain it a little bit.
You'll notice there's this fact that even though he's talking to you in this calm voice, he's not looking directly at anyone. His voice is even so much more focused, precise, tactical, as if it's one of those, whether or not you have any military understanding information, it's very much how you would have to respond to a commanding officer that a task has been completed and the next one is happening. Then after that, you just hear, "No, I must eliminate the rest." He will like posture himself up, kind of like remove the sword from his magnet on his back and just take a few steps forward.
The rest, we have no idea how many there are out there. This might not be a good plan.
Sasuke just kind of keeps walking.
What is Jerry?
Mission is simple.
I'm going to catch up so I can walk with the team.
I'll follow along as well, but sort of at the back, kind of like, what the hell is happening here, kind of.
And then Yasuke will pick up the whistle too, just to make sure to have it on hand if no one else has already picked it up.
Sure. Yeah, you have the whistle. Wearing the head as a necklace. The rest of the remaining of the body is on the floor there around the side of the vault. And you guys are kind of making your way in the direction that you saw this guy walking. Is that the idea, Yasuke?
Yeah. To kind of track where his was headed to see if Yasuke can first spot anyone just natively without trying to prompt them via the whistle.
Okay, yeah, give me a general survival check, Yasuke. Just a difficulty of 1.
With 1 success.
Nice. Yeah, easily you find the tracks on the ground. You can tell like fresh versus old. Like you could tell he came from this direction. It kind of heads south, and then it kind of curves off a little bit towards the east, like almost in the direction of Miami a bit.
Yasuke will follow the path a little further just to see if it seems to notice caravan or something that would be prompting for solid cover for hiding.
Yeah, you see that maybe only like a half a mile down this path. It kind of changes from like burnt out groves and fields, sort of like industrial farming land, Central Florida grove style shit, going into neighborhoods. So it kind of like this path goes off into an old neighborhood, but these are like barely the frames. All of these have been burnt out, post-war look, ransacked. You're looking at like frames of houses and burnt out stuff. But throughout all of that, you do see, a little bit of like light flickering and something coming from some of those abandoned houses somewhere deeper into that neighborhood. And that's where the path, the footprints and stuff, the tracking.
We have an ambush prepared. Allies, the buildings nearby. Our goal was to assault civilians, innocents.
Okay, so, how do we ambush an ambush?
Sasuke will try to clean the blade of the blood.
Are we sure these guys were playing something unpleasant? Because that guy was just standing there talking.
You'll see like a kind of twinge. Yes. In times of raids, you send someone providing aid to determine the defenses of your enemy, capabilities of your target. Once you have enough information, prepare your assault, understanding their potential.
There's a good suggestion in chat there.
What was it?
Right at the bottom. We don't have a fat man.
Oh,
Close enough.
We do have a missile launcher.
Well, we've got the missiles, but the missile
Exactly.
launcher is still at the bunker, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
yeah,
You do have a missile launcher. It's called Yasuke.
that's true.
Lob 'em out.
He's going to
just-
throw missiles.
He throws it like a football. No, but Yasuke explains that, he explains that, what he thinks was going down with this person, and obviously there's more people in camp nearby, and he explains that to Sprocket and Jerry, and it makes sense. It clicks, like when he explains, like, did you notice he only had a rifle if he's surviving, like he said before, he's never seen survivalists and Wastelanders without things to survive, and like, it starts to click. Jerry and Sprocket, you kind of like, it makes sense. This was some type of setup or something. Even if you don't understand the details, Yasuke seems to get it.
Perhaps we should scout this out then, because we don't know how many are in there right now, or where.
I can move forward. Scout as you need.
So, what do we think? Maybe try and get a bit closer, see what we're up against first.
Oh, look,
That's
I got
okay.
I got a scope on my gun now. I can see from a long distance. We might be able to get a good view of them without having to sneak too close.
Good thinking. Should we give that a go?
Nothing to lose, right? If we can't see anything, then we just end up moving closer anyway.
Yes, it sounds like a wise approach.
However, we have one element. If we act soon, they will not be prepared for us to return. They are expecting this scout to come back with information.
This is a good point.
Well, technically the scout is coming back. He's just attached to your neck there.
Deliver a message as his job was.
Maybe Yasuke can creep up and hide behind a wall and use it like a puppet. Hey guys, I'm back. What's going on? No, it's me.
Just grab a stick and shove it up his neck.
That'd be some comically dark Fallout shit right there. That would be so funny. But yeah, Jerry, you can get a look. You've got that scope now. Absolutely. Give me a perception survival. This doesn't have a particular difficulty. I'm just going to gauge the amount of successes on how much you see, and it doesn't even require one for you to see through and get something out of this. I'm just going to, see how good you do here on perception survival.
Drum roll at the ready.
2 successes.
Nice. Perfect. And I'll give you an AP for that because that was a tagged and you got that. So chart an AP. Yeah, you look through the scope and you see from here, you're kind of at the entrance of this old neighborhood. And you can see, where the neighborhood ends beyond that and opens up into some farming fields and such. And you can even see in the far distance beyond that the city skyline of Miami. But looking into this neighborhood, it's as I described before, very burnt out, very post-war look, very ransacked. Not a lot going on. In the little area where you saw a little bit of light, you can see there's like a little makeshift fire. As it's getting evening time, it's getting close to night. And you can see that there's a group of people kind of around this fire. And it looks like there's about 6 people that you're seeing. A couple females, a few males, but you're getting a count of 6 at least with this. You don't know if there's more, but you know that there's not less. You can guarantee you do see 6. They're around this little fire. They're kind of talking. If there's specific questions, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, you do see you see a couple rifles, a pistol while they're walking around. Can't see too much other detail. They're around a fire. They're all wearing kind of leathers, very Raider-esque. Any particular questions or anything?
Yeah, is any of them Clarice?
No. That would be awesome.
and problematic.
I had a funny Clarice thought about this too. I'll tell you later. But no, you don't see Clarice in there. You don't see him.
Okay. I see 6 around a fire. I don't know if there's more.
How armored are they?
How armored were
You
they?
see leathers. It looks like they're wearing leathers. Very similar to the guy that came to the front vault.
Do they all have weapons?
Yeah, you can tell. You know, it looks like a couple had rifles. You saw like a pistol, something like maybe a melee or something. Looks like all of them have something. Very Raider-like.
Okay, so Raider leathers. I would assume they're Raiders.
Yeah. Getting a look at that, Jerry would kind of assume like, yeah, they look like Raiders. Yasuke could probably vouch for what he saw in the guy out front. Yeah, it all matches up.
Any
They look
particular-
like Raiders to me. They got Raider leathers and they're all armed.
Any particular distinguishing marks that we could pick out from here?
You mean like symbols or something?
Yeah,
Like
anything like that they might have?
Yeah, you're not getting any details from here with his perception.
Okay.
You see one that appears to be commanding, in charge.
There does seem,
do
yeah, there does seem to be one that has like a metal helmet. And it looks like he has some type of like metal brace armor on one arm. So out of all of them wearing leathers, there's at least one that seems like, he kept the better of the armor. Maybe he's in charge.
There is one that's got better armor than the others. He's got a metal helmet and a metal arm. He may be the boss.
Then he is the one that I shall eliminate. Move the head and morale collapses.
All right. So are you going to sneak up in the shadows, take one out, and then I'll start popping heads?
I shall run headfirst into them. You shoot whoever decides to arm themselves.
Deal.
Okay. Are we close enough here that I'm going to be able to shoot them? Because I've only got a relatively close range.
What's your range?
I think I'm close.
Because right now they're long. They're long range. It's close, medium, long. They're the one after. This is perfect for Jerry.
Well out of my range then.
Okay, yeah. Then you'd have to get closer. What's your range of your energy?
I'm pretty sure it's close range.
Okay, we'll just double check that. But yeah, we're at long right now. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can discuss that plan. If Jerry's going to post up here, kind of scoping. Yasuke wants to try to get a little close, sneak up, and then he wants to rush right into it, like he explained. Sprocket, what do you want to do? It's a little far for you right here.
Well, if Yasuke's going to just rush in, I guess I'll move up sort of in his wake so that I can sort of close the distance to the point where I can open fire.
Okay.
Preferably without blocking Jerry's view if I can.
Yeah. No, you'll creep behind Yasuke, letting him kind of take the lead. You didn't want to do like Galver said in chat. He said Sprocket stays behind and plays Flight of Valkyries. He's like, y'all handle this. Y'all handle this. I'll be back here playing games and shit. Yeah, you can do that.
I think you could actually do.
Yeah, you can do
need to get a little bit more, blasé about random violence before that happens. It's maybe
yeah.
You need to see a little bit more combat before he starts being silly like that, isn't it?
Yeah, so how do you want to go about this now? You see Yasuke wants to get up there and kind of ram into the guys. Is Yasuke going to try to, sneak to get a bit closer to be able to do that ram? Because I know the ram you have to be in the same zone, right?
I have to be no more than one zone away. So I just have to be at least medium, and then it uses the action to charge the one zone and then also hit.
Okay, cool. So how do you want to approach this next zone? And are you trying to be sneaky? And if Sprocket's behind you, is this going to be a group sneak, or Sprocket, are you going to let him engage and then you'll go? Or, explain how you guys want to do this.
Stay slightly behind. Not too close. You'll be focused on my movements. It will give you a chance to duck away and fire from close. As Yasuke takes the blade and holds it instead of forward grip in like a reverse grip, having the blade kind of on the ground.
Yeah,
kind of start
like
walking softly.
A coordinated action, anyway, even if I'm going to hang a little bit further back.
Okay. Yeah, then while you guys kind of get into position, Yasuke gets, closes the one zone to be able to get to that medium to engage in his perk, his ramming, while Sprocket kind of maybe flanks a little bit, waiting for that moment to act like Yasuke suggested. Why don't each of you give me a sneak as you're approaching this, closing the distance on this zone. This is just going to be a difficulty of 1 at this distance.
Oh, a whole 1 difficulty? That's impossible for Yasuke.
Uh-oh.
So it's not looking great for me either.
Whoa. Yasuke had a
I
complication.
pulled it off.
I'm gonna use a luck to re-roll that
Okay.
complication. Yeah.
That's smart. That's a good idea.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
obvious complication here is not looking good, really.
That's still no. Oh no, actually, no, that's not a success, sadly either. But no complications.
Okay, good. Yeah, no complication.
I'll take a fail with no complication.
Exactly. Yeah, Sprocket, Jerry, you're posted up. You got scope. You see the 6 kind of around the fire talking to each other. Just posted up. They look very casual. And Sprocket kind of sneaks off, kind of flanking, going around, going through different framework of buildings. And they don't even notice him. You see they're still talking as Sprocket whizzes through these buildings. As Yasuke kind of blade down, creeps around this side, trying to close the distance to engage in his ramming running speed. But as he's kind of creeping around, closing that distance, he knocks a little bit of the framework, just enough, dragging the thing that some of the, a wall falls on one of the building frames, just collapses, and, some ash and smoke kind of erupts down and dust from the ground of it being sitting there for so fucking long. And when that happens, Jerry, you see like the group of 6, all of them that are all talking and casual and eating around, they all kind of like stop and like look in that direction. And they're all kind of like looking. And they're just looking like none of them. It doesn't appear that any of them have scopes or anything to really close that distance on view. But they're looking in the distance. You can see some cloud and ash disrupt amongst all the debris and frames. Like they heard it. They can see something, and they're all kind of looking. A couple of them pick up their rifles. Like they're kind of taking awareness of this.
Have I got sort of up to close range at this point? Or we're still in medium.
Your next round, your next turn, you'll have closed that distance. You're currently making your way up very sneakily.
Cool.
As you hear Yasuke fuck that shit up.
Sounds about right. I'm an 8-foot tall giant.
I know. I picture this 8 foot like trying to be all sneaky and just like knocking walls down by accident, like whole buildings. Oh shit!
Oh no! I flipped the car over.
Right, a whole car. But yeah, knocks that down. Sprocket, you're closing the distance. Jerry, you see all of them kind of noticing as that goes down. And what do you want to do? It'll be back over to Jerry as Sprocket's closing the distance and Yasuke just knocked that shit down. Jerry, what are you doing? You see them all kind of like looking like, what the fuck? What is that?
Tempted as I am to shoot, I'm going to wait just in case they're like, oh, it's nothing, and turn around. Just to give Yasuke his chance to run in. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, I could hold a shot. So I'm gonna aim at one of the raiders and hold that so that when Yasuke starts to move, I can pop a raider. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. You just hold a shot on one of the raiders that's kind of towards the front. And oh, look, Capricious Nature just rewarded the players 3 different critical injuries. So there's some potential to do some serious fucking damage upcoming if things do take a hard left turn to some violence, But yeah, you hold your turn, you got your aim up. They're all kind of like looking. You can almost see Sprocket sneaking up, closing the distance. Sprocket, you're within that range now. You're in that medium or whatever you needed. You closed it. And Yasuke, knocked down that wall, made some noise. They're all kind of looking in your direction. But you were still able to close that distance. You've got that distance now. But they're still looking in your direction. Jerry, you noticed that. But back over to Yasuke now. Now we're in that initiative order. So it should be Yasuke. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yasuke, Sprocket, then Jerry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. So.
Yeah, Yasuke.
So I'm within the medium zone. So Yasuke's just gonna come out from wherever the cover was and do like the the walk to a sprint momentum where you kind of jog to get the full stride momentum. I want to pain train, metalhead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me that. You kind of come out of the debris. Some of the ash and smoke is still kind of clearing. And you can see, like, as you clear that and start making your way, all those raiders that are looking that direction, confused by it, their eyes just go huge. And Jerry, you see all of them just like, oh shit, like as Yasuke comes through the smoke and you see him kind of billowing, and they all start yelling, oh shit, super mutant, fucking super mutant, and they all start raising their guns and shit, like in panic. But Yasuke, give me that roll.
We have like 6 -2s or 8 -2s left?
I think you have like 100 of them. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping track.
To use
Jerry.
2 of them for this, just to make sure I don't mess up this train.
Stick one of those critical injuries on there as well.
Okay, so
nice.
That still works then.
Oh yeah.
2 successes to do pain train.
Yeah,
on Metalhead.
Yeah, you ram helmet head there, little metal head. Like I said, they're all screaming like, oh shit, super mutant! And just as they're raising up their guns and just realizing that there's a super mutant right there, it's too late. You're already plowing into the main guy through all the ash and smoke, even knocking down some framework, just tearing straight to him, beelining right at him.
That's going to be a head hit.
Nice. Yeah, he ducks down as you're coming, like, oh shit! And you just ram his head.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage. With piercing 2, 4, 6, 8. So 9 points of damage with piercing 8.
Yeah, you see the helmet crack as like his nose just starts bleeding. Even a little blood comes out of his ear and his eye. Like you can tell, you probably fractured some of his skull and orbital socket and stuff. Like his whole face just kind of shifts, like as you crack into his helmet, just fucking him up horribly. He just screams out. You even see a tooth come flying out as the rest of his people are just like, oh shit, super mutant, fuck! And they're all just backing up, couple raising up their rifles. One guy, drops his pistol to pull out a machete. Like, it's just happening so fast. You're already in there fucking them up. Sprocket. What was that? Anyway. Sorry, Yasuke?
So it causes a critical injury, right? We've already went over that.
Yeah, do you want to use one of those? Keep in mind, when they reward these things, the -2s, critical injuries, those things, you tell me when you want to use them. You can rack them up.
Got it.
Yeah.
He's got a critical anyway because he did more damage than 5.
Oh, that's
that
right.
Is true.
That's right. More than 5 went through. Thanks for reminding me. I need to remember that. We forgot about that last time and then fixed it last. So that's right. Give me what was the location? It was head.
It was on his head.
Yeah. What's that critical? Let me look it up real quick.
If you're
Unless you have it.
Wounded, it does perception intelligence test increase in complication by 1 unless they're crippled. Cannot see, increasing the test of all the difficulty of all tests rely on vision by 2. Other tests by 1.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what it did to him. And then aside from that, you still have 3 other critical injuries that any of you can use at any moment during combat, just so you know. But yeah, you crack them into that. Everyone's kind of in this panic. Is there anything else, Yasuke, just doing that, or you saying anything during it? Just keep in mind, anytime you guys take actions, you can always speak if you want to. It's up to you.
I was thinking about taking another major action, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I don't know, how much AP do we have?
You could.
We're full up.
Full up?
Full.
Do you guys mind if I try to hit him again?
Go for it. So that's 2 AP for a second major action, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Australis places. Rob should have had a cannibal raider encounter just so he could do the Hannibal Lecter voice. Hello, Clarice.
And just in case, I'd like to spend 1 more action point to add another D20, just because I know when you do another major action, it's slightly more difficult.
Go for it.
We're gonna go ahead with my katana. Please be nice to me. Please be nice to me.
Yeah.
3 successes.
Yeah, I would say so. And I think that was just a 2. Yeah. So that generates an AP as well.
Perfect. Let's do the damage.
Oh wait, no, that would have been increased to 3, right? That was difficulty of 2 because it was increased. Sorry, yeah, you get an AP. You get an AP out of that. Give me the location and the damage.
16 is going to be the left leg for That's great. That's going to be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 points of damage with 4 piercing and persistent.
Did you happen to see how close those hit rolls
Oh,
were?
and the last one. Hold on, let me check something. I think I did wrong math on the last one, but that's fine. I'll reverse what I did by mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. That was after the. I thought that I didn't deduct the proper helmet damage on the previous and gave you a critical of 5 damage. But yeah, it went beyond that helmet reduction. So never mind. Forget I was saying anything. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, because that's why each piercing reduces any armor by
Exactly.
1.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, does that do critical
So
damage?
that's 6 damage and then reduces 2, so that's 4. No critical on that, but you did 4 points of damage on that, a hefty amount.
Yeah, because each one is piercing. It's piercing 2, so each effect reduces it by 2, so it's reduced by 4.
Oh. Then yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
my blade
critical.
does
Sorry,
piercing
yeah,
2.
that's a critical. Give me the location.
So that's on his. It was
I
his
forgot it was
left
piercing
leg.
2. Piercing 2 reduces the damage reduction by 2, not just 1.
Yeah,
What was the location? Sorry, leg.
left leg.
Okay, cool.
Left
You
leg.
hear the bone shatter as he collapses to the ground. He is now prone and he's screaming out. Not even gonna make you do a survival perception check or anything to notice, but like you could tell this dude is like he's hanging on by like a teaspoon of blood, so to speak. Like he's about to call it quits.
Check
Yasuke
out.
would like to, with the blade, will like lick the blood off the blade and look at all the other raiders. I will end all of you if you raise a hand.
There.
That is it.
Nice. This is a terrifying scene. I really like Yasuke a lot. But yeah, they all just kind of pasty white, wide-eyed, panic like, oh my fucking god, super mutant. They're just still in that panic mode. But they're not stopping. They're attacking you. You just took out their leader, and like they look terrified, but they're attacking. You can see him arming. The one that dropped the pistol pulls out some type of machete. Another one looks like he's arming his rifle like as a melee weapon. You're too close for the rifle action. But all that's going down. Sprocket, I believe, is where we're at. You see everything that just went down. It's all happening so fast and chaotic. But what are you doing? You're close enough. You snuck up.
I'm gonna take a shot at how does sneak attack work? Am I hidden and can I take a sneak attack from where I am?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Don't think
snuck
we've-
up. No one has noticed you. I don't have it in front of me, but is the sneak just gives you the jump on initiative, or is it a reduction in difficulty?
Reduces difficulty, I believe,
Okay.
is what I remembered.
All right, cool.
1.
Thanks. Yeah, and anybody in chat, if you've got the
It's
rule book, you
one.
can check up on these things as we go too, because we're looking it up. But obviously, to streamline the streamed gameplay, we could always use the help just to double check that we're doing things right, and if not, we can always amend them. But yeah, I think you're right. It just decrease that difficulty probably.
That was actually quite an easy one to look up. If they're unaware with you before you attack, difficulty attack is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 0. Attack
Yeah.
gains vicious damage effect if it didn't have it already.
Oh, and you also get vicious.
The-
nice.
Or
Makes
the
sense.
damage is increased by +2 die if it already has. So yeah, I'd get vicious.
Nice.
If the
Neat.
difficulty to hit is 0, you don't need to roll to hit them.
Cool.
So
Well, this is a difficulty 1, but now that gets reduced, right?
to 0 then.
Yep.
So instead of rolling to hit, I'm just going to take a shot at whoever's nearest to me, I think. So I guess I go straight to damage, do I?
Yeah.
Well, body
That's how the
part.
snake works.
Yeah, isn't that what it says? If it's reduced to 0, just go straight to damage, and their damage reduction. Their difficulty is 1. Sorry.
If the difficulty to hit your opponent is 0, you do not need to roll to hit them, but you may still decide to generate action points and
Oh,
complications
yeah.
as normal. In that case, let's roll it anyway, see if I can get some action points.
Yeah, go for it.
Although I am risking a complication, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah, it's a 1 reduced to
And-
0. So let's see if you got any action out of it.
No.
Okay,
No
action, but you still
complications,
hit.
no
You still
action
snuck up. You got the jump on him. You're able to shoot the guy closest to you without him even knowing it, which is an automatic hit. Give me the damage.
Let's give him. I was going to say give you a body part as well.
Oh yeah. Give me the body part and the damage. Let's do it.
10, so that would be torso?
Torso?
No?
Or is that
10 is-
arm?
One of his arms.
Yeah.
Left arm.
Left arm. So he's getting a shot to his left arm for... Where is it? There it is.
And is that with your extra combat?
So it'd be 2 damage and... Oop, no, it's just jumping around on me now. Plus 2 damage plus the vicious effect, whatever
Yeah,
that
so
does.
give me one more damage dice.
More damage dice, okay. That one. Let's do that. Just the one. There we go. Oh, 2 more. Doubled it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, you shoot that guy. You can tell it did some damage. What body part was that again? That was his left arm?
Left arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit him. He screams out, turning in your direction. He yells out, "We got bots!" As the other guys are yelling super mutant, he notices you. One of the other guys turns towards you, Sprocket. Like 2 of the remaining 5 notice you. The other 3 are focused on Yasuke. Jerry, you see all this shit going down.
Distracting.
Unless Sprocket wanted to say anything, you still have, you can always speak during any actions, just so anybody knows. You don't have
I'll
to.
pass on this
but
one while I think about it. Something appropriate for Sprocket to say.
That's cool. It's always an opportunity, to communicate with the other team, yell something at who you're firing, think of something funny and clever to say for chat. I don't know. but Jerry, you see all this shit going down. Yasuke ramming this dude, crushing his head, and just completely fucking him up. The dude's on the ground, looks like he's about to die. A few of them are still directing towards Yasuke as Sprocket shoots another guy, and 2 of them yell out, "There's bots too!" and turn towards Sprocket. Nobody's noticing you. What are you doing?
So I had that held action. Would I be able to take that now too?
Yeah, you can do 2 actions. Use your held and then give me your action.
Cool. So I'm going to pick somebody that they're not already attacking because I don't want to kill Steel like I did last time. So, so yeah, I'm just going to pick somebody else that's from around the fire. Is there anybody that looks like they have a weapon that's, markedly better or anything like that? Like somebody that I take first?
Yeah, one of the 3 has a really big machete. Looks like a modded out machete. Or a blade of some type, but definitely looks more vicious and intense than like the other guy that's going to use his rifle as a melee, getting caught unexpected. This guy's a little better for close range.
All right, I'm going to go for that machete wielder.
Sure.
And I'm going to fire.
Yeah, difficulty of 1.
Okay. That's 2 plus a complication.
I always say difficulty. It's defense. I've been saying that wrong. It's defense, not difficulty. Sorry.
Yeah.
Same thing. What did you get? Sorry.
2 plus a complication.
Okay.
And that's 3 damage with 3 piercing. So that's for my held.
That's your hunting rifle. Complication suggestion. Maybe the hunting rifle's a bit old and the magazine just kind of drops out from the shock of it firing.
Love it.
Out the bottom.
Damn it, gotta reload it.
Yeah, I love
grab
it.
it off the ground for a minor action or something.
Yeah. You take a shot. You're gonna have to reload to get that magazine back in. It just shakes loose. I love that idea. But the shot does
jamming,
land.
but that would stop him shooting anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
jamming didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Is that a minor action or a major action to pop that back in?
We'll say it's a minor. I don't want to take away your. So you still have your other action. You pop that back in. Go for it.
All right.
It's actually a minor action to draw item.
Second shot.
Oh, perfect. You said minor? Okay, perfect. For some reason, I thought it was major.
No, minor.
So that works out anyways. You can easily do that.
That's another 2 to hit. We're full up on AP again.
Awesome.
Nice.
And 4 damage, 3 piercing.
Ooh. Yeah, you can describe, what location? Just to help the description, but you kill this guy. I imagine this is the same guy, right?
Yeah. That's 13, which is the right arm.
Yeah, you can describe how you finish this guy.
Yeah, very similar to the last person. Shot right through the arm, through the artery, and blood's just spurting. This guy is basically a fire hose.
Nice. Sprays across a little bit, hits Yasuke as he licks his lips in a terrifying fashion.
And like slow motion, shakes the dreads like a hair commercial.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah.
head and shoulders, you know.
But that guy, the guy takes a swipe at the machete at you, Yasuke. He's just screaming out in the chaos. What's your defense?
Defense 2.
Oh, 2. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't. He takes a swipe at you, missing pathetically. And then the other guy takes a swing at you with the butt of his rifle. What did you say your defense was?
2.
Okay, yeah, again, not hitting. And then the third guy turns his attention over towards Sprocket with the other guy and takes a shot off at him. Sprocket, what's your defense?
1.
Nice, that's a hit.
Ooh. We got.
What's the damage on that rifle? That pipe rifle, is that 4? I don't have the damage dice set up because I don't have a sheet.
Hunting rifles.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh wait, maybe I can use. What was that? Sorry.
I think it's 6 for a hunting rifle.
Shit, I was going to use Clarissa, her character sheet. I'm going to add stuff so I have a character sheet to use. It'll be so much easier. You said 6?
Yeah, if it's a hunting rifle, 6 damage dice.
Yeah. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. 3 damage. And I think that does that have a piercing 1? No.
So you got 3 damage. Have you got a body part for?
Oh yeah. There you go. 10. Oh, so that's arm, right?
10. So that would be my arm number 1, which.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's no left and right.
Arm number 1.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
That's my pincer claw arm.
Okay, only
However,
3.
3 damage. Is that ballistic?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Because
physical.
I have 3 damage reduction on there.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bullet just ping ricochets off of your arm. And then you see the other guy take a shot off at you. Same thing. One of the ones that was already giving his attention towards you. Fails. He shoots at you and fails. And the other guy, seeing that these two shot at you, turns his attention back to the super mutant, trying to hit him with the butt of his rifle. Ooh, and hits him with it. Nice. Your damage reduction is what's your defense? It was
My
only
defense
1,
was-
right?
Defense is 2 if it's for Yasuke.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, he failed. Yeah, he swings at you and fails. But Yasuke, back over to you.
I'd like to attack anyone around me. The machete guy.
Yeah, go
When I
for
try to
it.
stand near the machete, yeah, he's getting hit first. Let's go ahead and see what happens with the katana. We're gonna luck reroll that complication immediately. Like very much immediately. I'm running out of luck very quickly. Oh, at least it turns to a success.
Nice.
Got 1 success on there.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, give me the location and damage. All you needed was 1. That saved it.
Done it the other way around, but that is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, 4 piercing. And that'll be
Nice.
to his 9 is his left arm.
Yeah, he drops his machete. Does that take off the arm? What's that critical? I don't have it open to me.
Critical for arms does
Anything dropped, arm
breaking.
broken, unusable. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly like I said. He drops his machete, screaming out. You hear the bone kind of shatter. It even breaks through some of the skin as blood runs down. He's just screaming, grabs his arm as the machete's on the ground.
I'd like to spend 2 action points to do another major action. And then a 3rd action point to add a die to this roll to attack another person who hasn't been hurt yet.
Nice. Yeah, go for it.
This guy's going nuts over
Yeah,
it.
give me both of the, yeah.
The new one is going to be 3
that's a
successes to hit.
And that gets AP, more AP back. You just needed
yeah.
1.
That is going to hit 4. That is the torso.
Nice.
Or 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage and 4 piercing.
Wow. Wait, that's how much damage?
Oh wait, 6
6
points of damage and 6 damage and 4 piercing.
Yeah, what was the location? Torso?
Torso.
Because that's another critical.
Torso is they are bleeding and they take 2 damage at the end of my turns, ignoring any damage resistance.
Woo! Give me that damage now, just so I have it, just so we get it ahead of time and streamline it.
And they all also take they'll each take 2 persistent because my blade has persistent damage for bleeding. So that'll be 2 damage die. They take each. Plus, one guy will take more because of the bleeding, so 3 points of damage.
Oh, your blade gives persistent if you get an effect, aside from piercing.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We didn't.
1 damage.
Let me just. Okay, and then they can spend a major action to stop that. Target additional damage on next round. Okay, nice. Yeah, we didn't account for that on the first round. Remind me of that in battle because that's awesome. That's badass.
Yeah. Persistent happens on my turn, and then the bleeding happens on their turn.
On their turn, exactly.
So the steel helmet will take. I hit him twice, so he's going to take.
Oh no, he's dead.
He's dead. Okay.
Yeah, he's dead now because of that.
He is now.
He's now officially dead. We'll kill that right away. But yeah, the other guys too. Give me. We'll use this damage. We'll use this one.
So it'll be 3 damage on their turn.
Wow. Yeah, one of the other guys collapses down to the ground. It looks like he died. We'll say the guy maybe that was holding the machete that you were just hitting now.
Excellent.
And then didn't you have? Was it one more attack?
Yeah, so I hit both guys. It was machete, and then whoever the other guy was that.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the butt of the gun guy.
Yeah. And I think that was the guy that was that the one Jerry shot or Sprocket shot? Sorry.
I
think I killed
think
him.
I shot one of the guys.
Oh, yeah.
At me. I shot one nearest to me. So.
Yeah, so the one that's on Sprocket is not the one I'm
Okay.
hitting because I think he's like a little away from my range of my blade.
Yeah, no problem. We'll use this damage. Yeah, give me a location, just so we can change up the guy.
The first guy was the arm. The second guy was the torso. So machete got cut in his arm, and then the guy with the butt of the gun got torso because I rolled a 4 on the d20.
Oh, okay.
Lots of balls in the air to juggle at once.
Yeah, just cleaving through as many people as I can.
Oh yeah. And then that extra damage goes to both?
Yeah, both will take the persistent on my turn. However, the one with the butt of the gun on his turn will take 3 from the bleeding of the critical injury.
Perfect. Yeah, over to you, Sprocket. Yeah, the one guy died. The other guy looks like he's about to die. And without metagaming enough, just to streamline things, you can tell the other guy is in process of dropping his weapon to try to stop the persistent bleeding and damage that he's taken. We'll say to his chest. We'll say that guy. Because he's got like a broken rib and shit. He's having a hard time breathing. He's coughing up blood. Like, Yasuke is taking these guys out. But Sprocket, over to you.
It's taking another shot on the guy I shot at before. So the one I shot in the arm.
Yeah.
See if we can take this guy out of the fight. Where's my energy weapons? There it is. Boom, 3 successes.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's a hit. Just needed one.
Nice.
Sorry, I was getting these
Yeah,
stats.
so I just
Yeah, give me the damage and
let you
location.
catch up a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
So, location. We have a 2.
Ooh, that's a head, isn't it?
Be his head, yeah.
Ooh, give me damage.
4. 3 damage.
Nice. Which guy was this?
Same one I shot earlier. I shot him in
Interesting.
the arm. It's near me. And can I use my fire rate to get an extra shot off?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, don't forget rate of fire. You use that to get 1 more damage dice at the cost of ammo. And that's also why some of that rate of fire shit is 0. And we're like, how does that make sense? Because that accounts for the second shot. You can always get that 1 shot, but then it might have no extra. So that's why that says 0 sometimes. But yeah, go for it. Give me the damage.
To just roll the full set of damage again?
No,
or just
1 more
die?
damage dice. 1 more damage
One
dice.
more damage die. Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah, rate of fire
And
uses ammo to get 1 more damage dice added in. 2, nice. Into Streamline, yeah, you can describe how you kill this guy. I don't know if you want to give a location or just make something fun up. Go for it.
We'll follow it through, seeing as it's basically a 2-tap there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Sprocket brings up the laser cutter that he's using as a laser pistol, and 2 quick shots fired off in succession that burn straight through the same spot in the middle of the raider's head, burning a hole right through the middle of his head. It just drops smoke coming from where his face used to be.
Yeah, a little bit of smoking. The other blood that was spraying from the earlier dies down. The body is on the ground just convulsing with no head. Yasuke looks like he's smiling, licking blood off of him. It looks like in the middle of a horror film right here, Jerry, and you're watching it all through your scope. It's like you're watching a fucked up movie. Your turn.
This is fucked up.
And I think we're down to 1 guy. Hold on. Yeah, you guys killed.
Yeah, there's just
Yeah,
one
you
guy
guys.
next to me left.
Yeah, you guys killed them all. I think there's 1 guy left. He drops everything upon seeing this, Jerry. You see it through your scope. He drops everything, and he's just in a panic, and he wipes the blood. He says, "Oh, hold on. Okay. Stop. He's trying to get everybody to calm down and stop, Jerry.
Jerry's got a reload to go anyway, haven't you?
Well, minor action. So he's good.
I'm not sure I hear him saying anything.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. He's just
Yeah, I guess I'm going to shoot him then.
Ooh.
3 successes.
Quite successfully, apparently, as well.
Yeah, I would say you did. Give me
All right.
location and damage.
And we still have a critical around.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have 3 criticals. You didn't even have to use them yet because Yasuke was landing criticals naturally, one after another. You still have 3 criticals to use, right?
I'll call this a critical. It's 3 damage, 1 piercing. But we can make that
location?
a roll location.
On headshot.
Yeah, just we're getting to the end of the session. Use them up if you got them. If any negative 2s, AP,
fire, so.
any of that shit, use it all up.
So that's his right arm.
Nice. Yeah, you break it. He wasn't holding anything anyways, but he's like, He like breaks his arm. He's like, hold it. Fuck, I give up. You can tell he's yelling at Yasuke and Sprocket, but like you said, you can't hear him. He's just panicking and yelling. Anything else you want to do? You could use AP for another action, or you can let Sprocket and Yasuke.
Seeing that the numbers are dwindling, I'm going to use my movement to move up to medium range.
Okay.
Will you need to use action points to do that if you've had to reload? Just to.
Reloading doesn't actually
minor.
count.
He used his last turn to pick it up, so that's
Yeah.
So
And honestly, for the sake of streaming, we can streamline that, a little bit.
one enemy left.
Yeah, reloaded. You shot the guy's arm. You can tell he's fucked up, giving up. The rest of his team's dead. Yasuke, Sprocket seem to have this dude. So you can close the distance. You can either go up to medium, or you can join Yasuke and Sprocket. Whatever you want, we can streamline that.
if I can join Yasuke and Sprocket, I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, let's streamline it. You're up with them, Sprocket, Yasuke. No more initiative right now. I mean, Yasuke, you do have initiative if you're planning on killing this guy. Don't get me wrong. But if this is just role play conversation at this point, Jerry walks up. You guys, no initiative. You guys can speak and talk. Like I said,
I got to roll to stay composed.
Okay.
You see,
Yeah, go
he
for
goes
it.
down by 1. I just need a 1. Just need a 1. That's all I need to stay calm.
It's
Failed.
not happening.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Yep. So I'm going to murder him, or
Yeah.
try to.
I'm not even going to make you roll it. This dude's giving up. He is so wounded. However you want to finish him easily, you do.
Yasuke is going to take the blade, which is still in a reverse grip, spin to basically cleave the man at his knees, and then elevate himself to then impale the guy through his chest. So as his legs drop and just kind of pin him to the ground, not enough to just, like to kill him immediately. Very slow as he stabs through the abdomen and leaves the blade for a moment.
Damn. Sprocket Jerry, just as Jerry walks up, is giving up, you see Yasuke go through this swift motion, just like he described.
Cuts him down. So is he lying on the ground? Yeah, very nearly soon to be dead.
Oh
Very
no,
much so.
he's done. Everybody is bled out.
Yasuke will then take one of the sticks, try to like embed it, like make it a pillar. Will work to decapitate Steelhead.
Easily.
And then we'll basically plant it on the stick, pike style. And then we'll take several heads and do the same thing around in a circular fashion.
Nice. Jerry Sprocket, you see Yasuke doing this. Everything has an eerily calm here. There's a little fire going, but everything is quiet now. No more yelling, no more sounds of bullets or blades. It's just quiet with a slight sound of flesh cutting as Yasuke is setting up these head pikes.
Jerry? Think he's
Yeah.
okay?
Hey, Yasuke, you doing okay over there?
Just roll just to see if I can composure ever at
Talk,
any
yeah.
points regained.
Yeah, let's see if he gets back to normal here a little.
All right. As like Yasuke kind of shakes after like mounting the last head. Over. A deep breath. Goes over to remove his blade. Takes the cloth he has usually embedded along the pit of his arm and cleans it. Just back to the magnet. Apologize for my behavior.
No need to apologize. I think mission accomplished, you know.
Yeah, well, it's not like I mean, we didn't get hurt. I don't think these guys would say the same thing. Or anything. At all. Ever.
As it stands, I have broken the rule and desecrated their form. Their bodies are free to be looted as you wish. And then, like, you'll see as Yasuke takes one of his knives and he starts to, like, remove part of his kimono sleeve, and you'll see, like, the scars along his body. You'll notice as he takes the knife and he'll start to cut across one of the parts, and you'll start to see it's kind of like a tally marks on his chest, on his pec specifically. And you see a long chain of them, well more than 30 plus marks that have been cut into his arm, or his chest. Then takes that and just puts his kimono sleeve back over.
Nice. Yeah, and Jerry Sprocket, you can instantly kind of make sense of that. Like it adds up instantly. Like he seems like he's keeping track of moments when he kind of loses composure and falls from the samurai moral code or whatever, so to speak. You can tell.
Well, I suppose if these guys were thinking of attacking the vault, they won't be doing that now. At least, our
Safe.
friends back there are definitely safe. Well, from these guys. Should we take a look and see what they've got? If Yasuke has no objections. Maybe some
Have
of
been
their gear might be...
desecrated.
Yeah, and that's where we'll end our session. We'll end it right there with the the calm after the storm. The ground is covered in blood and bodies. You see Yasuke taking record of him losing composure, and everything that just went down. And you've got these bodies of these raiders here, and we'll start next session with you being able to, go through the bodies in this little encampment and loot what you want, head back to the vault or whatever. But when we start up next Friday, we'll start right at this moment of gameplay. I want to thank everybody in chat for sticking with us during the session and being part of our gameplay. I really appreciate all of you contributing ideas and using those awesome points to give the players, negative twos and plot twists and holotapes and all that fun stuff. It's really cool to have all of you as, part of our actual campaign and stream. Really cool. We do this every Friday right here, same time, same place. Right after this stream is GM Capricious Nature. He's going to be the overseer in Fallout Asia. We do that every Friday right here as well. So you can kind of call this thank God it's Fallout Friday. You come to Cybernation Uncensored every Friday at noon, and you hang out until like 6 p.m. You get a couple different teams, couple different campaigns going. Our Fallout session set in Florida in the U.S., and Overseer Capricious Nature's team set in Asia. So a lot of fun. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's just take a moment real quick. Let's go around the table. Everybody remind people where they can find you. And I want to encourage everybody watching and listening, whether you're right here during the live stream or watching the VOD on the Cybernation Uncensored YouTube or listening to the podcast version. Make sure you show us some support and love. We would really appreciate that. Look up all of us on social media, follow, subscribe, and, just show us some support. We would really appreciate it. So let's start it off. Brandon, go for it.
I'm Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando on the socials. And as I mentioned before, I'm writing a novel called Sola Harvest of Souls. That's SOLA. You can find it for free on royalroad.com. And there's currently 13 chapters up there and more to come.
Oh, yeah. Darth.
I'm Darthzone. You can find me on socials and YouTube as well as my main home at /Darthzone Games. Do lots of Fallout content, like camp builds and gameplay, news, and guides on particularly Fallout 76. And also moving on towards doing things for Starfield and a few other bits and pieces as well coming up. So if that sounds interesting to you, do check it out on YouTube. I'd very much appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Jay.
Hey, Yasuke is who I play, but you can call me Jay. Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual or Casual Creativity over on Twitch. Variety streamer, entertainer, and writing my own anime-inspired ttrpg, Deep Breath, where magic meets technology. On my streams, I talk about my world-building process as we kind of do that, and you can even chip into community building it. So you can check that out, Deep Breath RPG, on Twitter, Instagram, and our website, deepbreathrpg.com. That's DEEP bread, THRPG.com.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Rob Mulligan, the Overseer, also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. You already know. Show us some love, follow, and subscribe anywhere you see Cybernation Uncensored. And we'll see you here next Friday. Don't forget, stick around. Don't go anywhere. Overseer Capricious Nature is running Fallout Asia in like 30 minutes, or I guess technically 23 or 22 minutes from right now. So don't go anywhere. Hang out and watch that stream as well. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Cybernation Uncensored.